All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this game called It's a Cold, Cold World. I am your DM, Alex, and we're just going to go ahead and introduce our players who all have surprisingly almost the same HP across the board. Starting left to right, we'll go with Viper.
Hello, I'll be playing Viper today. She is a Rune Knight fighter, level 5, Pirates. She is a human who dual wields longswords.
Awesome. Next up, we have Gouda.
Hello, my name is Gouda. I'm a Luxodon druid, and I'm excited to go back to the climate of my hometown, which is Arctic. And I heard there's going to be something in the cold weather, so I'm here.
Sounds Gouda.
Next up, we have Old Man Skybreaker.
Yep. My name is Avunacat, and today I will be playing Old Man Skybreaker with his draconic companion Blue, and he just took 2 points of psychic damage, not from Gouda, but from Viper's joke.
And last but not least, we
everyone's
have
favorite macho man, baby, Sir Motherfucking Reese, which stands for, if you do not know, wreck your shit. That's what Reese stands for. I'm here to fuck shit up and kick some faces in.
Real quick, did any of the other three of you have dark vision?
I'm a human.
Cool, so no bueno for you.
I got 60.
Alright.
I just have really good smell.
Alright, that works for me. Okay, go ahead and place yourselves wherever you guys want to be in the guild.
I'm gonna be standing at the bar. He doesn't trust the stools anymore.
What happened?
Gouda is like almost 500 pounds.
It broke.
Hob understands.
Hob does understand. Alright, so we'll just go left to right and see what you guys are doing. Mr. Skybreaker and Blue, what are you two up to?
Definitely not eating a dinner of corn chips and salsa. He'd probably just be sitting at the bar. What's at the dessert table today? Or the food table?
Meats, not sweets. Today you have a meaty pie, one of eel, and one of venison.
He would send Blue over to grab a venison pie and bring it back over, and they would enjoy that here at the table.
Alright, so you guys are having yourself some venison pie. Gouda, what are you up to?
He's wanting to try all the dinner options, so he will order one of everything. How much gold would that be, I wonder?
Like 2 gold.
Okay, I'm going to just deduct that from his inventory. Is Blue what's it called? A dragon familiar or pseudo dragon?
No, Blue is an actual drake.
Cool.
Full-on dragon. Little dragon. Actually, I can make Blue a little bit bigger because Blue is a little bit bigger than that. Alright, Viper, what are you up to?
Probably having a drink.
Alright, and Cerise.
Reese is at the table,
Mm.
cup of wine in hand, just dumping it down his helmet.
Oh yeah, you don't take your helmet off, you just eat through
No,
it.
the helmet is surgically attached to his chest and neck, so it's just locked in to his shoulders. Like, it's just attached. It cannot be removed. That is the oath that all warriors of La Fitneuse take.
I forgot about his backstory.
And he's just smashing the whatever meat pies into his helmet as he's snapping at his squires to attend him and bring him more wine.
Well,
By the names of Jeremy, Derek, and Peter.
All right. Well, they bring you. Let's see how many glasses of wine they bring you. 4. They bring you 4. All right. So everybody, go ahead and roll perception checks. Cerise at disadvantage because your helmet is surgically implanted to your body, and you're pouring wine and pies down your face.
Is this having to do with scent? I have to ask.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Although I will say you will smell the smell that is cerise from across the way.
Does it taste like salts?
Bath salts, yes.
Sorry,
Right.
couldn't help it because the last game.
Old Man Skybreaker, you see it, and Gouda, you kind of feel like this cold breeze. You both notice on the quest board, there seems to be a frozen patch on the board that seems to have, like, the ice itself has just appeared. You catch that coldness on the air there, Gouda, and Old Man Skybreaker, you're Goliath, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you feel the same way. You know when there's things that are kind of out of place, and this icy quest place on the board seems to be one of these out of place things.
Gouda will pause eating his various different platters in front of him, and since he's already setting up, he's going to walk over to the board to investigate.
Okay. As you walk over, you see that there seems to be a job posting, but it seems to be frozen over. You cannot quite make out what it says, as it's like when you get like a window that's frozen and you can see through it, but you can't make out what's on the other side. It's just kind of blurry because there's so much ice on it. Kind of looks like that. Looks like it's been frozen to the board and it needs to be pried off or melted off or somehow removed.
What's the board made of? Is it like cork, wood, something like that?
The board itself is, I'm gonna say for this game, it's made of oak, a nice thick oak, but this posting is frozen to it.
Okay.
That's very strange.
I'm gonna look around because he doesn't have anything that's immediately helpful to get it over. He's gonna try to see if anybody else might be capable of melting this layer of frost.
Old Man Skybreaker, you see it for sure, and Viper, you notice Gouda walking by, and Cerise, you see this large elephant person walking over to the board as you're kicking back, relaxing.
Finishing up his meat pie, old man would put his hand down and basically put Blue like on his shoulder, like a parrot, and walk over to the board and be muttering in Draconic to Blue. I can't believe the freaking cold just keeps following us everywhere. Maybe this job is cursed and we can maybe warm things up a little bit. And I'd like to use Shillelagh and try to smack the ice off
Okay.
with my staff.
Just go ahead and give me a straight staff attack. I'll say it's got an AC of 5 and 5 HP for ice.
Gouda will startled
okay.
jump back.
The
You hit
minimum
it.
I can do is 5. So
All right, so you just whack, and as you hit it, it just goes, and the ice shatters off, and you see there is a hastily written posting on the board beneath the ice.
Blue would jump down after the ice and start like playing and batting around with it like a cat.
Yes. As you look at this posting, it says, "Hello from Tundra Town. We need help. The ice and snow that we live with daily is getting out of control, and we believe there is something evil afoot and do not know what to do. Please send adventurers as soon as possible so that we can continue our cool way of life without fearing the outside. Thank you for your assistance, Mayor Mike. P.S. Come and find me at the mayor's house when you arrive."
Does anyone else here speak Draconic?
No.
Well, you see,
No. You do?
actually, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, then you would hear old man say, "I swear, if this is Santa again, I'm gonna be really pissed."
Says Mayor Mike. Could
Well,
be
no,
Santa. Who knows?
but it could be he's thinking Santa might be the cause of the evil
Yes. Fair.
because Santa tried to kill him last time,
That is true.
or someone impersonating Santa.
Oh my.
He would tear off the poster and hand it to Gouda. I think it's easier to read now.
Gudu will take it with his trunk and just kind of like nod excitedly.
You have a mighty swing. Remind me not to get in front of you.
And then I will read it as well.
Yes, it says the same thing as I posted it in chat, so you can
Yeah.
refer to it if you so choose.
Well, this sounds important.
I'm gonna look back at my dinner.
As you hold up the posting and you're reading it and like clocking your eyes back to your dinner, Gouda, Viper and Old Man, you see on the back of this posting, almost like an oil painting, is a map that shows you at least a hastily drawn like oil-based map, the map of the world, and you see that it's pointing to up here for
Ooh.
Tundra Town. Yes. So up on the mountain range up that way. So that's where Tundra Town is located, and you guys see it on the back of the poster.
At some point, Reese is gonna like snap his fingers and do the very douchebaggy thing of like snapping his fingers to get his squire attention and then re-snapping them to like tell them where to go. And he's gonna send the scrawniest of his squires, Jeremy, up to the board post to investigate.
Jeremy walks up, and he also
He
sees
he is my expert follower.
Well, he expertly notices the map on the back of this job posting amongst the other three, and this tiny dragon playing with ice like a blue cat on the ground.
Are you all wanting to go take care of this? Because, I might be able to help if it's in the snow. I'm somewhat familiar with that kind of terrain, but I'm not ready to leave just yet.
What's holding you back?
Well, I still need to finish my burritos, my soup, and my mutton.
Can I try to roll a stealth check for Blue to go over there and start eating his food?
Sure. Blue can roll a stealth check, and Gouda, you can roll a perception check, because you're actively looking back and forth between your food and the and
Oh man.
oh man. Blue, I'm gonna say gets over and takes. We're gonna say you have this many burritos. Oh wow. And we're gonna say it's gonna be 1 or 2. So 1 to 2 on a D4 is 1, and 3 to 4 is
Yeah.
2. He gets both of them.
I
Both
don't
of the
notice them.
burritos. Nope, you don't. All of a sudden, you look back and then both of your burritos are just gone. Like maybe you ate them, maybe they weren't there, maybe they were. You're not quite sure. An elephant never forgets, but you don't remember if you ate them or not.
Gouda is going to just pass the writ to Viper and scuttle back to his food. Like immediately start trying to drink down the rest of his soup, slurping it up, and then like eating the rest of his food.
All right. So Viper, you are hastily handed this this posting, and you see Gouda run back over to the food, and you notice that Blue's just sitting down on the floor beside you, chomping on some burritos. And Jeremy also notices this situation occurring. So
Okay.
Can
When
you see
when
the-
Jeremy comes back to the table and reports back, Reese nods his head, and when he nods his head, he's really nodding like the entire upper half of his body because of the helmet situation. And he pours an entire glass of wine down into his helmet and like slams it onto the table and just shouts, "I will join you!" and then stands up triumphantly.
A very long journey.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to leave right now, or do I have time for another meal?
You guys
You
know
should
I
that it
need
would
to
probably.
go.
be
I need to
probably
go get
2
a few
days.
things.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
All right.
Then he motions Blue, and they leave to go buy some things.
All right. Well, you guys can go and buy whatever you would like to stock up on prior to heading out, as you have some time.
I give my squires a little shopping list and send all 3 of them out with some gold
Okay.
as
What are you guys buying?
one by one they come back with some cold weather clothing,
Mm-hmm.
How much does that cost, by the way?
10 gold. And they come back with some nice heavy fur coats and cloaks and all this stuff, and I put it on, and Reese puts on the coat and rips off the sleeves.
Oh, cold weather clothing.
So he has sleeveless cold weather clothing.
All you gotta do is protect the core, man.
Yep. And then he's also going to buy 5 pots of oil.
Okay.
And then, where is it? He's also going to buy 2 potions of fire breathing.
All right. Cool.
Old man would just buy some cold weather clothing.
Okay. Don't you have resistance to cold anyway?
You do?
No,
Yeah.
I don't.
As a Goliath,
Goliaths? Yeah, they do.
Goliath? Yeah, they are used to the cold.
they should have resistance to it, I would think.
Oh, it's weird. It's almost like he's not a pure Goliath.
Who knew? Anyway,
All
you can
right.
buy whatever you want. I ain't stopping you. I was just curious.
No, he's a custom lineage. He's half Goliath, which is why he's only 5'8".
Ah, I like it.
No.
I like it. Fair. Anybody else buying anything from the stores?
Yes.
Actually, yes. A ring of warmth.
That's a good one. Keeping you warm and cold. All
Would
right.
I be able to acquire a ring of cold protect? Or sorry, not ring. Potions of cold resistance.
Yeah.
They're uncommon, but I forget the cost.
Absolutely. They are. I think they're probably like 100 gold or 150 gold, but let me pull up the buying guide right quick and in a hurry here.
I
Don't
don't own
think
Icewind
they're in
Gale,
the-
so I can't put cold weather clothing in my inventory.
They are. Oh, potions of resistance are 300 gold pieces each.
Okay. He's gonna fork out the money for that. Actually, that's a good
Okay.
idea. And then I'm gonna also buy cold weather gear because he doesn't apparently have that.
Alrighty. Well, here's a picture of what the Ring of Warmth looks like, if anyone wants to know. It's 2 little mice around some wood with some fur in it.
Where'd they get the fur to line the inside of the ring?
The mice.
Don't say that. Why you gotta do that?
You asked a question.
Well, hey man, Rat Kings are a thing. Look them up.
Mm.
They're
All
pretty
right.
fucked up.
So
I don't wanna.
you guys get all the stuff you need. You start making your way to the northwest. And just so you guys have an idea of your map again, you guys are starting here, and you basically do a bunch of traveling all the way to like up there. It's only 56 feet.
So I could do that in 2 turns. We're fine.
Just sprint there.
I could dash.
Right? But as you guys get closer and closer, following this map on the back of the posting, you notice that it is getting colder and darker. As even though it's like as you're arriving there, it's kind of the middle of the day, and it was quite bright for being lunchtime. And then as you got a little closer to the town, even though it's still early afternoon, it's getting a lot darker than you thought it should be. And the weather becomes arctically cold. You see and feel gale force winds blowing in your face with heavy hail blasting everywhere. It is making it very hard to see Without this cold weather clothing, you would be, even if you're resistant to cold, you would be having, as the kids say, a really, really bad time. So you guys eventually make your way into this town, and let me get you pulled over to the map here. And you guys basically come in from. Let's say you guys come in from
This
out
is pretty.
So you guys make your way into town. Imagine that you're basically snowblind, bar a giant burning fire in the middle of the town. You feel like you're trying to walk through an extreme blizzard. You don't see anybody out and about in the town, as the weather itself is so very harsh and so very arctically cold that even taking a few steps is hard. It's like your muscles are just trying to freeze up. You're not suffering from like any type of cold conditions because of the gear you're wearing, but you could imagine if you did not come prepared, making your way through a town like this would be very, very hard. And the people who live here must be very rugged townsfolk. But based on the job request, this weather is even more extreme than what it normally is. And you do remember that at the bottom of that letter, it did say, come and find him at the mayor's house, or come and find them at the mayor's house when you arrive. But as you look around, you don't see any lights on in any of the houses. You see a flicker here or there, what looks like maybe a fireplace. But you do see this bigger house up here does have a couple lights on, as well as you can see some smoke coming out of the chimney at the top, just past this fireplace. But yes, you can see the rest of the town as you see it.
Does anybody know where the mayor's house is? I want to get closer to the fire, probably.
Yeah, Reese is gonna begin approaching the fire and basically, cooking himself alive. Places his helmet right next to the fire to warm himself.
Cast heat metal on self through natural means.
There's people in the village, right? It's not like
Yeah,
abandoned or
yeah.
anything, it's just-
There are people in the village, but it doesn't look like anybody is. There's nobody out and about right now. Just based on the weather itself. Like I said, you've seen a couple flickers of light here or there, but as you get closer to different houses, you see there are some small fire lights in the houses, and you imagine the people are probably in them. So
Mhm.
Can I cast thaumaturgy to basically shout, Mayor Mike, Mayor Mike, the DDG is here.
sure,
I do that.
I'm gonna roll and see if Mayor Mike hears you.
Avalanche.
As you go to yell, it's like your voice is picked up by the wind, and it's almost like it's carried off, and you hear your voice further and further away from the distance that you came, and it doesn't seem to grab the attention of anyone immediately.
Too cold for this. And I would head over to like the nearest big building and just like bang on the door.
As you open the door, swinging it open, you see a icy blue Ganassi-looking female, and the cold wind just whips through, and you see the fire start to flicker very quickly as the cold wind tries to rip it from its livelihood. It's just, who are you, and why are you banging on my door and letting the cold in?
We're looking for Mayor Mike.
Oh, then you found her. Mayor Mike, that's me, short for Michelle. Come in.
I would turn and yell to the others, "She's in here!" before heading in myself.
Oh,
Alright.
good. It's cold out here.
Yes, she ushers all of you into her home, and you see that as you guys close the door, the fireplace does start to roar once again. And she as you all walk the door, she snaps her fingers, slams shut itself. You know that to be another use of the thaumaturgy spell, Mr. Skybreaker. So you guys are all in the mayor's house. She turns and goes, "Thank you for answering the request so quickly. We've been stuck inside for what feels like months, even though it's only been a few days. But we definitely need your help.
Well, what seems to be very cold. Do you know why?
No, that's actually why we summoned your assistance. So being up here, living in and around the mountains, it's always typically cold. It snows a lot. You get icy rain and hail frequently. Um, you notice you've seen water ganassi before, but you've never seen an ice ganassi. Or at least you don't think you've seen an ice ganassi. This ganassi's hair, it's like instead of being like braids, like you would expect of a person with non-frozen hair, it's like she has twisted icicles for hair, going all the way down to her waist, and her skin almost like shimmers like it's made of ice itself. It looks very like dainty in its skin quality, but also it looks very sturdy in a way, if that's a way to describe skin. Um, but she says it's normally pretty cold, and I'm used to it. I've grown up in it, but this weather, and kind of like throws her arms around all of you. This is much different. A few days ago, the weather just on a dime changed, from being our typical cold and our typical storming weather to, well, this icy hell on earth. Um, the only time we've really had to be outside has been about an hour and a half's respite yesterday, when for some reason the um, the weather seemed to calm down temporarily. I don't understand why. No one seems to. But then it picked back up even worse than before. Um, there's rumor, and there's always been a rumor, that there is a weather witch in the mountains, but we've never seen or come across or encountered them in any way. Um, so we always thought it to just be a wild rumor. But with this sudden change in the weather, seems more viable that this weather witch could in fact be real. But we don't have anyone in this town who is capable of surviving a trek to potentially find this creature. As if you're powerful enough to control the weather, then I mean you're probably pretty strong. And most of us here are just simple land workers and miners and just simple townsfolk. I'm the most magically inclined here, and I can do but a mere few cantrips like lighting some fires and closing some doors, and every now and again I can um, do a little bit of healing now and then, but I'm not a practiced magician in any real way. Um,
Would
but, go on.
would Gouda be able, like, as she's talking about this and like it being potentially like a winter witch or something, can he make a check to see if he knows if that's something to do with like a druidic circle that's like in the Arctic, since that's where he's from? If there's any
Yeah.
parallel rumors or legends.
Yeah, go for it. We'll say that you can do either a history or a whichever you would prefer.
I feel like history would be.
I don't have any ideas on what this is, but you seem pretty good at magic from what I could tell.
Well, you seem fairly magical yourself.
Oh,
But um,
Think it's could it be Santa? I fought him once before. He was kind of a dick.
I don't think so. I've not known Santa to be mean, but everyone
Oh.
has their own experiences.
Hmm.
Um, I will say that the furthest that we've gotten lately, before all this started, was our mountainous base camp, and that's where the weather seemed to get worse first up there. There was an avalanche, which was uncommon, but no one got caught in it, thankfully. But they were hearing some strange noises coming from deep in the mines. So maybe there's something in there. But again, we don't know because we didn't investigate, nor do we have any encounters with Weather Witch or whatever this may be. So if you want to investigate it, we will reward you appropriately. Um, if you are able to figure out the why the weather's acting all wacky, we can give you 350 gold pieces each, and we probably have some unique items laying around that we mined out of the mountain over the years.
Well,
So,
I'm happy to help as best as I can.
okay.
We'll at least figure out what's going on, or die trying.
I
don't.
would prefer you not die.
Yeah, me neither.
How
He just
about
sort of looks at both of you.
how about the other two of you?
You
Are
put a weather witch in my path, they're gonna get their shit rocked.
Well, okay then.
I'll do whatever it takes. More or less.
Well, I don't wish harm or death upon you all, so hopefully you can figure this out without that. But alas, you're welcome to stay here for the rest of the evening if you wish. Debate the weather changing between now and tomorrow. But I will tell you that to get to the base camp of where you should start your investigation, it's going to be about a day's travel up into the mountains. I see you all look to be geared appropriately, so that's nice for you. Or you can take off tonight. There should still be a few hours of daylight, I guess, still available to you. Or, like I said, you're welcome to stay for a hot meal and rest here for the evening.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Gouda will like
Sounds
sit
good to
down on
me.
the floor and start disrobing like his big cold coat and making himself at home.
Do you have wine?
Yes, I do.
Perfect.
Okay. Mayor Mike hands you all some ram stew that they've been making, as well as some wine and other beverages. And you are all able to rest here for the evening, taking a long rest. And when you wake up in the morning, the weather is still the same as it was when you arrived last night. It still looks dark outside. It's still cold. Yeah. And yeah, doesn't look any better than it did the night before. But she does give you a smaller map of this specific region, and kind of points you on where to go. Now, the path should be marked, but based on the weather, and we haven't followed it in a few days, maybe a little hidden by the snow and the wind. But just keep a lookout for trees and rocks and other things that stick out, as we tend to paint big red markings on them to indicate it is the safe path to walk, so that when we're trying to walk back, even in night times, we can spot a marking on these items, so that we can hopefully never get lost. But just be careful is all I'm saying.
Well, thank you for your hospitality. I guess we'll go try to figure out what's the cause of this.
Okay.
Um,
She hands you all a small flask each and says, if you get cold, feel free to drink this. It's warming wine. It will warm you from cold for about an hour, so you can hopefully find a place to get dry. If you were to fall in a river or a lake and soak yourself to the bone and start to freeze, this will warm you up, as they say, for about an hour to keep your blood pumping. So, and she gives you each a item. I haven't made it, but it's basically called wine of warming, and if you drink it, you get 1 hour of cold resistance to weather effects, not to like damage from enemies, but to like environmental cold. It will give you 1 hour of resistance to that.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
and you can basically use it whenever you would like it, any game, because all it does is give you environmental damage. So, you fall in a nice lake, you won't freeze to death for an hour. You're the slow freeze. So,
Yay!
you could just prolong that nap. All right. So whoever wants to lead through this Arctic tundra, go ahead and roll me a survival check.
Unless
I'm
anyone...
assuming you being the Arctic druid, you're going to do it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Unless anyone's either impatient with Gouda because he takes too long to like get out the door, but once he's out the door, he would be focused. So
I will say, because this is your circle, your land circle, that you can have advantage on survival checks in the Arctic. 22.
excellent.
You look at the map, you kind of get into your element, and you start to look around, and you notice some of the things that some of the indicators that she was talking about, to kind of lead the way up to this base camp. And with a 22, you guys travel the majority of the day. You make quick work of it. Gouda knows what Gouda's doing as far as navigating through the snow. It does get quite deep at some points. It gets about knee deep at different points, but you all can kind of maneuver your way through the snow without much problem. So eventually, you guys do end up here, and we're gonna say it's about getting close to that dark time. So it's about 6 o'clock at night, but it looks and feels like it's like 9 or 9:30.
Yeah.
Because it's still dark, it's still snowing, it's still blizzarding. And yeah.
We
Well,
should
I-
probably set up here for the night.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
this is the place. I don't see any signs of a witch though.
Well, if one comes around, my fists are ready. Be no match for the mighty Sir Reese, and he does a few flexes with his sleeveless cold weather clothing.
I'd like to use thaumaturgy to cause. Is this fire going or no?
We'll say that you guys can start one.
Okay. I would you'd like to use thaumaturgy to basically like make the flames almost like cower a little bit in all of his flexing.
Oh, interesting. So you mean you want them to do that?
Just flicker for like a moment. Like just like he flexes a little bit and like they just sort of like ooh and
Yep.
then come back.
You see it shrink
Flames fear me. Women want me.
to leave them alone.
Gouda is gonna kneel down kind of where he is in this section, and kind of holding his staff in both hands, he's just gonna begin to slowly motion it towards the snow in front of him, and then he's going to cast Mold Earth to kind of build a big embankment of snow, almost like not an igloo, but like a big berm. And then he's going to like nestle up against it, so he's got like something to lean up against out of the wind.
Excellent. Yeah, you build yourself a little stone wall to lay up against, and you guys can prepare yourselves some dinner for the night. And if you want to, so you can either start resting and try and do some investigation when hopefully there's a little bit more light in the morning, or you can try and investigate tonight and see if you find what you're looking for. The choice is yours. You tell me. Because you're surrounded basically by cliff faces on 3 sides, bar the side that you guys came in, because you guys came up this way, and all the rest of this around here is basically all cliffside. So it looks like there has been an avalanche here recently. It looks like it's cliff, snow, and ice kind of surrounding you on all sides. So bar where you came in.
Gouda is not making any effort to move about. He's sitting against his berm, facing the fire, and anyone would be able to read that he's seems to be settling in for the evening.
Okay. What about everybody else?
Sorry, I'm trying to pull up the information on my class real quick.
Are you good? You good?
Skip me.
All right. What about the other two? Cerise and Viper.
Reese is just gonna set up his little bed and start doing some workouts in the snow before hitting the hay. You know, some jumping jacks, some push-ups.
Okay.
I can do
Invite-
those too.
I'll start making snow angels.
Okay.
I don't think there's really anything. I think Old Man would just sort of like sit down and then like basically volunteer to take a watch.
Okay.
Yeah, Reese would, if he's taking first, Reese would take second.
Okay.
Viper will take third.
Oh, then that
Okay.
means I can take fourth after a nice long 6 hours of sleep. That's perfect.
All right. Since Old Man, you're up first. Go ahead and roll me a perception check as darkness really falls over the night. It's almost, if it weren't for your campfire and your ability to see in the dark, it would be pitch black. And even with your dark vision, it's still hard to make out your shapes of gray. 22. With a 22, you hear, it's more so that Blue hears it first, and Blue kind of feels it in the snow. You hear crunching in the snow coming from this way, and as you kind of just kind of bed down for a second and listen, you see coming up from where you guys came up, there are two very large white wolves, almost
Yeah.
camouflaged in the snow. But you happened with Blue being there, you kind of just watch the shapes of them kind of just shimmy through the snow just enough. They did really well on their stealth, and you just happened to do better than them. So you saw them. You see the two of them. So I'll say you have an action that you can either choose to try and wake everybody up or take some other type of action. Choice is yours, Mr. Skybreaker.
Would you allow a bonus action in a single attack rather than 2 attacks, since I have 2 attacks per action?
Sure, but then everybody else will get to roll for perception to see if they wake up on their turn. And see if they're asleep for the whole round. So it's up to you.
1 second. Okay, then I would use thaumaturgy to wake everyone up,
Okay.
and then can I still get my bonus action?
Yeah.
With my bonus action, I would cast Ensnaring Strike. So that is a concentration spell until I make an attack against them, and then they have to make the save. So I'm just concentrating on that.
Alrighty. So then you guys hear, you're all snapped quickly awake by Old Man Skybreaker yelling and then chanting really quickly. And everybody go ahead and give me initiative, since the wolves now definitely know you're there and you all see these wolves. Well, those of you that can see, yeah, you should all be able to see them because of the firelight.
Yeah.
It's right on the edge.
Yeah.
Those are some really good initiatives. Sorry, Gouda.
It's fine.
Yeah, they are really good initiatives. Okay. They're gonna go back to back though, so
All right. So then I'm going to make my first attack against the foremost wolf here.
okay. Everybody is still prone except for you, Old Man, because you were awake. So you're all awake. The 3 of you are just prone because you were asleep. So,
Okay. So 15 to hit.
to hit which one? This one?
This one, yes.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. So it needs to make a DC 15 Strength saving throw. It is restrained as a massive vine suddenly spring out and wrap around it, and it takes 4 piercing plus 10 piercing, so 14 piercing plus 4 lightning,
Okay.
18
so-
damage, and it is restrained.
Cool.
And then I'm going to take a second shot.
You said
At this one
18
here.
damage, right?
Yes, 18 damage.
Okay.
And that actually, do I still have to? Okay, yeah, and I'm still concentrating on that. And then I'm going to send a second attack against this one here.
Mm-hmm.
16 to hit
It does.
for 8 piercing.
Okay.
And then for my bonus action, what kind of movement does it have? It doesn't say. Oh, 40 feet. Nope, not the dice roller. Apologies. I swear I know what I'm doing sometimes. Oh, just out of range. As my bonus action, I'm going to have Blue go 5, 10, 15 up to here. 15, 20 up there.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. Viper, you are now awake, prone, but you are awake, and you see these two giant winter wolves. One of them restrained by some icy vines that have ripped out of the mountain and are holding it down. It is this one right here that's restrained. But you see they both look very angry and very hungry. So, what would you like to do? So do you have the crossbow expert feat?
I think you're muted, Fox.
Yeah, I think you are. Because the first one would hit, but you'd have to use. So yeah, you would only get one attack per round with the light crossbow because you have to reload it. So, but the first one does hit. I don't know which one you were shooting because you're muted, I think. I assume the top one, but I don't know. So.
The one on the right.
This one right here?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yep. Well,
Just realized I was
17.
muted because we just had food.
Yeah, you are good. So it hits it for 5. Okay. And you have your movement to stand up. So you still have half your movement. But that's your turn otherwise. Unless there's something else you want to do.
Move about here and or so that'll be my turn.
Okay. Cerise.
Yeah, so it's been a while since I played this character, and I forget. Are unarmed strikes weapon attacks?
For the purpose of what are you trying to do?
Well, Fire Rune, because I forget, Fire Rune requires hitting a creature with an attack using a weapon, and looking it up, it gives me mixed answers from Crawford.
So, monk fist weapons are considered weapon attacks, but nobody else's are. So if you wanted to use your monk martial arts die, you could then use your fire giant rune, your rune to do it that way, but you'd have to use the monk damage dice to do that.
Okay, that's fine.
At least that's how I think it is, so that's just how we're going to play this game.
Because I know Googling it, I get mixed answers from Crawford, who says yes, who says no.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so if I wanted to Fire Rune, I use just the normal unarmed strike, not my fighting styles.
Correct, but since an unarmed strike is unarmed attack, you could use your 2 fighter dice for your attack action, and then flurry of blows, use your monk dice, and use your fire runes with your monk dice.
Cool. So half movement, stand up.
Yep.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Cool.
And then bonus action, almost as if he is weightlessly leaping across the snow, I will spend a key point.
Ooh.
For where is it? It's called something. Step of the Wind, I think it's called.
That is
the
correct.
wind.
Yup. So I will be stepping on that wind as I do that, like the Chris Pratt thing from Infinity War, where he's leaping on the portals.
Nice.
And I run over.
And he's restrained, so you have advantage on the attacks.
And I will indeed take a punch. I'm gonna use my fighting style, my
Okay.
unarmed fighting style,
All right.
because it is my best one.
Okay. 25 definitely hits for 7 damage.
For 7 damage, right? I kind of imagine it. He pops up, he does like a kip up, and then begins sprinting over, and then he's just pumped. He's like, "Fuck yeah!" And Superman punches the jaw of the giant wolf. Just
Yep.
full weight Superman punch into the jaw,
Okay.
and that's his turn.
All right. So this winter wolf is the one who's currently restrained by these vines. Doesn't like that you just punched him in the face. So he opens up his mouth and he's gonna exhale a blast of freezing wind right into your face. And I need a DC 12 dex save, or take 22 cold damage. You passed, barely. So you take 11 cold damage as you just get covered in icicles. And that is that wolf's turn. This other wolf, seeing that you're there, is gonna do what wolves do, and he's gonna attack with pack tactics. So he gets 1 hit at advantage.
Are you still considered a threat when you're restrained?
Yeah, because you can still attack, so you're still a threat. But I don't think a 13's gonna hit you anyway.
No. It just scrapes off my armor.
All right. It bites, and it is. Yeah, so if the ally is not incapacitated, is what the pack tactics specifically states. So, but yeah, so he's just restrained. So he tries to bite at you, he misses, and he's gonna continue on his way. So you'll get an attack of opportunity as he has like 45 more feet of movement. He's just gonna run to the next thing he sees, which is Viper and Blue. You unfortunately just miss. You go to punch, and from the cold blast, it's almost like you got some icicles in the visor of your helmet. Just kind of blocks your vision for a split second, enough for the winter wolf to just dive out the way. But Gouda, it's your turn. You are prone, but you see these wolves.
Gouda is going to roll out of his sleeping. Actually, he's probably still in his sleeping bag, but he like, kind of gets up, grabs his special staff. Which is kind of the tip of the staff has like a swirling cloud looking emblem on it, and he's going to raise it up to the sky and kind of swish it around in a circle, and then part of the storm kind of parts, and an enormous blue ray shines down on the wolf right in front of Viper. I need it to make a DC 14 con save, and that is supposed to show the spell Moonbeam.
Moonbeam. All right. And it's a con save, you say. So it won't take the damage until its turn, when it starts there. So what I'll do is I will give you it's just gonna be we'll use this barbed devil as your moonbeam, and basically, so it's within 5 feet of it, so it'll just be we'll make it orange so you can actually see it. And then you should. Oh, well, that's the moonbeam right there, basically. Is that where you want it, or you want it on top of him?
Yeah, I would want it to be centered on the lower left square of the wolf.
Okay, so right there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool. So that's moonbeam, and you're concentrating on the old moonbeam. All right, cool. Anything else in your turn?
I'll take the rest of my movement to actually fully get out of the sleeping bag and into a somewhat battle-ready stance with my staff.
All right, sounds good. Old man.
I'm going to take 2 bow attacks against the wolf, and then have Blue attack him as well.
Okay, sounds good.
Attack 1. Attack
Yeah.
2.
Both hit.
For 9 piercing damage.
Mhm.
One of those will be an extra 3 lightning, so 12.
Okay.
And then a nat 20 bite
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
for 12.
Your dragon did as much as you did with 2 attacks.
Shush!
One.
Shush! And how? Well, actually, it did more because
Yeah.
3 of the damage from mine was from my dragon.
That's true. It did more than you. It's my boy Blue. It's my
My
boy Blue.
boy Blue.
Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right, Viper, you just saw 2 arrows, one kind of electrically charged, and this little dragon go to town with this big old wolf. What would you like to do?
Go big or go home. Let's go
All right.
big.
You getting bigger? Okay. I'm gonna move you that, make you get big this way. Bam! There we go. So you don't cover over blue. So
Yep.
you are now the same size as this wolf.
Toss my crossbow to the side for a moment and draw both my long swords and go to town on this thing.
Do it.
You
And
just go
since-
attack on Titan on this wolf.
So because Blue's there, you could move yourself into a flanking position, but I'll say if you do that, you'll move into the. So you'll
Yeah.
take damage, just so you know. The option is there. You can do it if you want to.
Yeah, I'm not going into that moonbeam.
Okay. Okay. Just throwing it out there. But, all right, go for it.
One.
Jesus. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Oh my goodness,
Attack
this is
2.
amazing.
The 12. So that will also hit. So 12. That first one's
Attack
gonna be.
3.
Hold on. Let me do this math here. So, it's 9 plus 8. So that's 17. Plus 6 down there is 23. Plus 12. is
Plus the
25,
giant smite.
35. It's dead. It had 38 HP. By the time I got to the giants,
That's
So-
amazing.
it's
So
dead.
just
Actually, let
for
me see if I can pull it back on. I'll just do this because then
the
you have a big
giant
one.
smite stuff.
Yeah, it's dead. It had 13 AC, guys. You just did a whole bunch of damage. You just wrecked its day. It's dead though. It's very dead. You just keep hacking and slashing into this big old wolf.
Poor Moonbeam.
He can move it.
As an action, though, I'm pretty sure. But yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to move anywhere?
I'm good.
Okay. Cerise, you have this restrained winter wolf in front of you.
Wonderful.
Man, that winter wolf was gonna blow cold air at all you guys when it got up there, but
26.
oh yeah, that hits.
And then I'm going to spend a key point for a flurry.
Okay.
And each of these punches are 100% letting a sound ring out as he has giant, heavy, weighted fucking gauntlets, and he's
Nice.
just slamming into this wolf.
All right. So these will be rolled with your monk dice. Got it. Nice. 19 hits
26 and 19.
and 26 hits. Yes, they both hit
Or
for
9 and 8.
17.
24 damage.
Yeah. Yeah, Reese wants to show off. He'll action surge.
Okay.
And he's going to do normal monk.
So you're doing a normal monk and
Yep.
not your fighter.
Nope, that is the normal monk.
Okay.
Because as he punches the wolf right across the jaw, the runes emblazoned on his knuckles flare up and burn it for an additional 4 fire damage. And I mean, he's already strained. This is double restrained.
Okay.
I don't know if he gets a save for this restrained already being restrained, but it's a DC 13 strength saving throw.
No, we'll say he can't be doubly restrained. He's just got some. Well, so I'll roll it to see if if the shackles stay on him to do the damage for the future.
Yeah.
He just won't maintain the thing from that. 15. So, whatever would happen on a save happens on a save.
Well, on his turn, then he would break out of it. But at the
Oh.
top of his turn, he would still take 12 fire damage.
Well, he's looking real bad. All right.
Oh,
First,
he's not
one-
restrained by the flaming shackles.
no, he's not restrained by the flaming shackles, but
He takes one more piercing from the ensnared strike that's ensnaring him.
okay. Well, he's not gonna live very long. He has 2 HP, and I can't run away
Oh.
if he gets broken out. So I might as well attack at disadvantage against Cerise. 11.
This is-
Dang. Gouda.
I'm moving the moonbeam over. I was making a token for it, but I don't need to at this point.
You know what? I'm gonna say because it hasn't got to do damage yet, and this dude's only got 2 HP left. If you want to move, kill him with the moonbeam, I'll let you do it.
Yeah, I think Gouda's like pointing to where it goes, and it just starts scorching a trough in the snow until it reaches the wolf, and then just
It just sad puppy noises as this wolf dies.
And then with a flourish, he just lifts the staff up, and the moonbeam kind of retracts back up into the storm and is gone.
Yes, it is gone, and I should have left my third wolf in there, but hey, that's okay.
As Reese begins walking back, once he gets back to like the camp, he slams his gauntlet, his right hand into the snow as steam begins piling up as the heat from the fire gauntlets gets put out.
Your hands cool down. They're too hot to handle.
Could I attempt to skin the non-scorched wolf?
Sure.
Would you want a sleight of hand or survival?
We'll say.
Or another one.
We'll say survival for skinning. Yes, you can skin the winter wolf, and we'll say, if you want, what do you want off the whole pelt, or what are you trying to get off this winter wolf?
I would say like a pelt that I could maybe have made into a cloak of some kind.
Okay. It's large, and you're just not large, so we'll say that you can take, you can basically scalp it and take it like halfway down the back, and you could get enough to make like a hooded cloak with like wolf ears.
Cool.
So
That's
you have
totally
enough
what I'm
to just to
doing.
make a standard winter wolf cloak. It won't be magical or anything, but it'll look real cool and keep you real warm.
That's all I want.
That is a cool little moonbeam token. I like it. Moony, moony, moony. All right, so I did not expect you to roll that well on your perception. I don't know why, but I didn't. But so you guys can take the rest of the night and rest, as there's no more combats for the evening. You wake up very cold. As
Do we get a
the
long
fire
rest
is-
or no?
Yeah, you get a
So-
long rest.
Okay.
Yeah, that was right at the beginning.
It's
Yep.
important.
Mm-hmm. You guys get that long rest, get all your stuff back, your HP back, etc., etc.
Did I recover my arrows?
Yeah, you can recover your arrows.
Okay.
Except the ones that were in the far winter wolf, they got burned up by the moonbeam.
Okay, I think there's just one in that one, the piercing one.
It got burned. But yes,
There.
so you guys benefit from a long rest. You wake up with feeling cold and refreshed. Yeah, you don't have to worry about cold damage exhaustion checks because you guys all prepared accordingly, which is fine. You learned from Icewind Dale the cold is a bad time. It can, in fact, kill you. From like a year ago. But all right, so as you guys wake up, go ahead and you guys can all give me investigation checks to kind of investigate the area.
Before we head out, Good is gonna go to the fire and kind of put, I guess, a little pan with some leaves and mistletoe and stuff and kind of incinerate them, and then take his trunk and get it all covered with ash, and he'll go and touch everybody on the shoulder with this mistletoe and burned leaf ash, and he's going to cast Pass Without a Trace on everybody as a precaution.
Ooh, fancy.
Just in case there's more of the wolves. Those things usually, they usually hunt in packs. So if there's 2, there could be another 8. So let's be careful.
And it's everything within 30 feet of you, so let me give you a little thing. There you go. Take these tokens off the board.
You said
All right.
investigation, right?
Yeah, everybody give me investigation. Oh, and at this point too, you're back to regular
Yes.
size. You don't stay big overnight. That would give you some stretched out clothing. Okay.
Yeah, Good is not going to take the lead on the investigation part, but he's going to try to keep everybody passing without traces.
Okay. All right. So with a 13 and a 14. It takes you guys a little bit as you're looking in different patches of where the avalanche fell through, where it looks like there could be entrances into the mountain. You come up short a few times, you just run into literal sheer rock wall. But eventually, you guys do, after about say 25-30 minutes worth of investigating, you guys do find where, as you keep digging through the snow, you're not blocked by a rock wall or anything. But as you guys are all pushing through, how close are you guys staying together as you're kind of investigating and pushing through the snow?
I feel like old man would be. He wouldn't be like right up on top. He'd probably be. Let me make sure I grab both. Maybe like 10, 15 feet away from Gouda.
Okay.
Yeah, Reese, like if we're doing on the map, Reese would maybe be like here-ish. He needs his space to flex his muscles.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep everybody within that immediate eyesight range. So if they're kind of splitting off, I'll be like the third point of a triangle to them.
Okay. Cool. So you guys are all basically in this triangle. Got it. Okay. So as you guys push through the snowbank that is covering the entrance into the mountain, I'm gonna roll a D100 to see if another avalanche drops. If it's over 50, the avalanche starts. Oh, it's on the
That's-
nose.
And you said over.
You said over.
I did say over.
Can't
it's
be our
on the
footfalls
nose.
that are causing that at least.
It's true. I'm gonna roll another one just to see if you can get 2 in a row. All right. Yeah, you hear it start. You feel like the quakes, but no snow is starting to fall down yet. Like little sprinkles of it, but not like big mountains of it. But as you guys push forward, Old Man and Sir Reese are leading the investigation. Looks like with the highest one there. Sir Reese at the front because you had the highest. Sir Reese and Old Man, being as hard-hearted as you are, Sir Reese first. I need you to make me a dex save, Sir Reese. DC 18. As you're pushing through, you guys see Sir Reese's feet come out from under him, and Reese, you fall on your butt and you start sliding. You start going down this sheer ice ramp, and you're going down at a 45-degree angle, and you guys just see Reese kind of whee off. There he goes.
Would you allow an interesting use of an ability?
Depends.
Can I supercharge my gauntlet essentially, and instead of attacking, can I use up my fire rune to basically try and dig my gauntlet into the ice and just melt it to get a foothold or an arm hold?
Sure, but I'm gonna say you are 2d100 feet down as the slide takes you. But you can do that, and you'll basically stop halfway to
Yeah.
where you are 110 feet. So you guys just see Sir Reese slide. You don't know where he went other than down, and he is gone. But you heat up your gauntlet, and you basically shove your hand into the ice, and it's slowly melting and melting and melting. But you manage to grab on. Like the ice is many feet thick, but you manage to like melt a hole into it enough where you can like have your hands behind you just holding you in place. So you guys see him. You see him go. You can't hear him or see him any longer as he fallen and slid down into the tunnel. What do you guys want to do? It didn't look like he was hurt or anything. He just started sliding.
Oh, wait, did he just go down that cliff?
Look like it. Can I like gingerly like? Actually, I can't do that. I don't think I can look through my dragon at all.
Gouda is going to run towards the edge and jump in the air, and as he jumps, he wild shapes into a penguin. And
Are you pulling the old Mario 64 penguin slide?
Yes, and then he's going.
Yes.
Just he's gone.
Perfect.
He's going down
All
the
right.
slide.
So you
My
start
God.
sliding, and you start going. All right. So you guys see this. giant elephant jump and turn into a penguin and just phew, on the belly, right down. What did the other two of you do?
I would look at Viper and be like, are you as crazy as him?
I would certainly hope not.
Um, I guess we follow.
What other choice do we have?
An old man would like gingerly like sit down
Hey,
on the edge like a kid going down a slide for the first time that he knows is way too big for him, but he's trying to be brave, and he like, just sort of like nudges himself along with Blue in his lap and then like slides down.
Okay.
Oh yeah, pass without
Alright.
a trace I think goes away.
It does not. You can maintain concentration
really?
in wild shape. Yep.
Yeah.
So, and then Viper, I'm
Alright.
assuming you're behind
Yep,
old
like I
man.
said, like Viper said, age before beauty.
Okay. So Sir Reese, as you are, you basically
I didn't
slid
hear you say that, but as he goes down, old man would yell back, "I have both."
your hands have melted into the ice, and you find you're stopped right up against a stalagmite as your feet are kind of holding you there. And as you kind of look further ahead, you see that this ice slide that you're on that's going down at a 45-degree angle, kind of twists and turns, and there are many, many more stalagmites popping up from it. And as you're just kind of getting the lay of the land, this tiny little penguin just goes flying past you. And then a couple of seconds later, old man and Viper. So, since you're basically stuck where you are right now, what we're going to do is I'll do this. I'll basically toss you to the back of the order, and you can tell me how you want to approach it afterward at that point. So, Mr. Penguin, so now we're in a little mini game, which is very similar, which I didn't even think about this until you turned into a penguin. It's the Mario 64 Penguins game. So everybody in turn will roll dex or strength saves, whichever you feel more confident in, to see if you bounce into any of these stalagmites, if you're able to dodge out the way or just bust through them. So we'll do penguin first. You can, as your, I don't know if they have a penguin stat
Yeah,
block.
I have
so,
it up. It's a challenge
Great.
rating 0.
Okay, so you can either roll dex saves or strength
currently
saves, whatever
fear
you
of the
prefer.
mind?
Dex.
Yes, it is.
Definitely
It is.
Dex.
There's no way I was gonna have a map for this. So I was like, no, we're not. No.
That
Alright, so
no
dex-
bonuses,
gosh.
but
All right, so we'll say with the first one, you basically make it through the first two. You pass right through two. You basically are ice dancing on your belly. So you just need to make me one more save. It is DC 14.
yeah,
Dex or strength.
nobody would know, but this is not his first time doing this apparently.
You get a little confident after your first two, and as you can't stop spinning, and thwack, you go ahead and you're gonna take this much thwomping damage, 2 thwomping damage as
Okay.
you just bonk. into it.
I'm down. I pop back in. He has 2 hit points.
You turn back into Gouda as you just you hit it, and you kind of like it knocks you back into your normal sensibilities for a second, and you still have pass without trace on, so I'll toss that back on your person. But you find yourself as you get to you hit it and you kind of spin for a second, and you see that the this ice slide is kind of splitting off in different directions. Roll me a 1d4, and that's going to indicate to me where you end up on this next map.
Okay.
A 1. Okay, cool. So let me put you in the appropriate place for a 1, which you won't see yet. So I'll put you there. All right, so next up we have Old Man. You and Blue are sliding down, and you slide right past Sir Reese, chilling against the stalagmite. And as you go down, you kind of start spinning a little bit, turning around, and you see more and more icy stalagmites pop up out of the ground. So you can either give me 3 dex saves or 3 strength saves, whichever.
Well, they're gonna be dex.
Okay.
And
And it is a DC 14 for all of them.
Oh no.
All right.
Oh
All right.
no.
So you
Oh,
bump
no.
into all 3, just bonk, 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 and you're gonna take this much bonk damage 5. Just you're just as you're spinning, you're hitting it and turning the other way,
I'm
hitting
just
it,
pinballing.
hitting it and turning it the other way. Go ahead and roll me a 1d4. This will indicate where you fall. 3. Okay. So because you bounced off of more than when you land, you're gonna land on your butt prone.
That's
With
fair.
with your boy Blue. And I'm gonna put you guys all to be here. All right, so Viper, same thing. You are sliding down to behind Old Man who's kind of pinballing. You don't see it, but you hear thwomp, 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 and gone. And you slide right past Sir Reese, who's just kind of chilling, just hanging out. Now you get to also make strength or dex saves, whatever is
We're
your
gonna go with
preference.
strength.
Okay, DC 14 still. To see, so you fail, you fail, you fail.
Oh
All
no.
right, so you don't bounce off of them, you just smash through them. You're just like, boom, boom, boom. But you will take this much thwomping damage, 8,
Ouch.
because it hurts a little bit more to and roll me a d4 as well. And this will tell me where you land.
Yep.
It's gonna be funny if you land on top of someone.
I swear to God.
4.
Oh, thank Jesus.
Okay, so you land in a different spot, but you are also prone because you bounce into more than one of them. Prone not being the hugest of deals, but you find yourself as you slide off the edge of the slide. You're falling, and right as you're kind of getting used to the fact that you just bounced off of 3 stalagmites, whap, face first into the icy tavern floor below. Sir Reese, you just saw a penguin, an old man with a dragon, and Viper just
Yeah.
right past you, and you heard them go thwomp, thwomp, thwomp off of stalagmites.
So surely the path must be clear.
Well, depends how you're trying to get down. Are you gonna continue to slide?
What's the lay of the land? What's my surrounding? Is it full slide? What's to my left? What's to my right? What's the bottom?
You basically you can't see the bottom. All you see is darkness if you look down. But it is basically an icy slide that you can, I'll say, because you've activated your fire runes, I don't want to feel like they were a waste. If you want to slide down, you can get advantage on your saves to try and avoid or punch through the stalagmites on the way down, with the fire kind of helping you direct yourself a little further. But as you kind of look, all you can see ahead of you is more icy stalagmites and more icy slide because you don't have dark vision, and your fire fists can only light up the way so much. So.
Okay. I'm going to add some extra to this as I see them all sliding and I see my only other path is down. I'm going to let go and begin falling. And as I begin falling...
Oh, you're just going to fall right down.
Oh, no, I mean falling onto the slide.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant just
is
like
it not
falling
at
over
an angle?
No, it's at an angle. You're sitting on it. You can basically slide. Okay. I thought you meant just like falling off of the slide right down to the earth below.
No,
I was like, that's like a 300-foot
slide.
drop. That's far. Okay.
Listen, if I was a barbarian, I could survive that shit. So I fall into the slide. As I'm falling, I slam my gauntlets together and activate Giant's Might.
Okay.
And I'm full blown going down this and just punching and shoulder checking any stalagmites and just blasting my way through it.
Okay, so we'll
I'm
say...
going out of my way to go after stalagmites that aren't even in my path.
Okay, so we'll say you have advantage on all the saves. We'll just say it's because you're big.
Alright. So how many saves?
3 strength or dex saves at advantage.
Okay. Perfect.
Pass. So you take no damage as you just punch through them all. And I need you to go ahead and roll for me a d4, please, to indicate to me where you land. 3.
Who am I crushing?
You're landing on Old Man in Blue.
And I'm large.
And you're large. So go ahead and... Old Man, you see him coming. I need you to roll for me. He might be back. He might not be back yet. But once he gets back, I'll have him roll a dex save to kind of get out the way. And you won't land prone because you didn't bounce on any unless you choose to land prone. But you're landing on top of him, which is kind of fun. But what we're going to do, because I also need to get a snack, go to the bathroom. We'll take a quick break here at the end of your icy slide. My hip. Roll a deck save, old man, to see if he fell on top of you or if you managed to roll all the way. Yeah, you see this. More so, you hear him charging. You hear thwomp, 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 and you see this giant, glowing, fiery, big metal man, just metal on his head, come falling down toward you. Big old Sir Reese booty coming down and lands right beside you, not very quietly. But we are going to go ahead and take a break right here, and then when we get back from break, we will pick up to where you guys are all separated in this icy cold place. So,
Yay!
I like to imagine, rather than sliding, Reese is doing the thing that like little kids do at parks and just is running down like the slide.
well, I in my head thought it would be a fun ice slide. For Penguin, I'm like, oh yeah, this is straight up an accidental ripoff of the Mario 64 Penguin slide game.
That was
And
so
I-
much
Sucks that you
fun.
can't post this on YouTube, or otherwise Nintendo will probably claim it and strike it down.
I
Whatever. They
put on
can
Mario
try.
Kart music for a little bit of it. For-
All right, I'm gonna
Alright,
grab
yeah.
a snack. Let's say come back in 10 minutes.
Cool. All right, be back.
how long it lasts, or if you get to make additional saves?
I'm back.
Blinded forever.
Yep.
Permablind.
Because I know.
Damn, that's freaking harsh.
It's probably just the one round, I would assume. But I didn't make
I am here, but I will be right back. I'm making some drinks real quick for people.
do it.
Anybody want anything?
Psh, can't make me nothing. Too far
And
away.
I don't drink. Alcohol is disgusting.
Fair. You believe what you want.
I'm
But
good,
also,
thank you.
too much alcohol will get you shot.
Yeah.
I'm just
Also-
gonna call it until you succeed the save.
Okay.
At the end of your turn.
Also, wouldn't you know it, I put puns in the card that we gave the DM, and they were all wholly based. We're like, you take our breath away. How the hole are you doing? We hope you're holing up well.
Oh my god.
He laughed and was mad that he laughed because it hurt. I was like, switch
Aw,
If I was
poor
the
guy.
GM and I got that card, I'd be like, nurse, I'm gonna need a Glock with 1 round, and it won't be center mass.
What's funny is one of the nurses that he had, I worked with before, and turns out his all right. 5, 4, 3, 2, and cool. All right.
Oh, my hips!
So we're back, and you guys are here. When it loads, and you guys are all in different places, and you guys can see. Well, you don't have dark vision. Sure.
Why is
So-
there a huge man with me? Did he go big?
Yep. So
Yeah, did you miss that part?
Yeah, I did. I went to get a drink.
yeah, he went big.
I came back to hear you falling on my hip.
Yeah, and I went big, so I would have crushed you.
Yeah, and you don't have dark vision, so it's all black down here for you.
Which is fine. I'll pull out a torch and strike it against my helmet to light it.
Okay, so you're gonna have 20, 20, right? 20. Oh no, it's actually gonna be this. Hold 1 second. 20 bright, 20 dim, and you can see that. Cool. So, and also your big only lasts for.
Yeah,
so,
I'm already small.
Okay, so I'm gonna do one of these here just so I can grab the token properly. There you go. All right. Gouda also don't have dark vision. Do you have any way to make light?
I'm going to look around, blink, realize nothing's happening, feel myself to make sure there's no broken bones. I didn't take any damage, right?
No, you just fell prone.
Okay.
That's all.
I will kind of sit up and then just take a big, deep breath, like an inhale, but I will keep inhaling until I wild shape again into a bat. And I will switch over that in a second.
Okay. And the bats have night vision?
They
Dark
have
vision?
echolocation, can't be used. The bat can't use its blind sight while deafened, but it has keen hearing. The bat has advantage on blah, blah, blah. And echolocation, the bat cannot use. Oh, senses. There it is. Blind sight.
Well, here. I'll tell you this just in case you want to be able to. I think if you move here, you'll have a little bit of light. Just in case you wondered. Oh no. My
I was
thing
just say,
is
yeah,
frozen.
it's like 60 feet of blind sight.
Yep. So
Yeah,
if you
I
don't want
will-
a wild shape, you can step forward and there's some light pervading.
I'll still wild shape. That's what he would do, and his wild shapes are for this type of thing, not combat.
Okay. So I will put him over there. Cool.
There we go.
All right. So to get to where you are now, Fox, you are prone, so you stand up, and you don't have any dark vision, so either
I will
produce
also
some
light a torch.
All right, cool. So let me add some light
I
on
forgot
you.
I had torches.
Forgot I had torches.
That's not how a bat talks.
All right, so you guys falling down here. Those who have light, those who don't. But you fell deep and hard into snow and ice. Everything around you, if you're walking or otherwise maneuvering, is considered difficult terrain for the purposes of movement, as the snow itself is very deep, very hard to walk through. And everybody go ahead and make perception checks for me. And this is based on hearing. So,
Ooh.
all right, Sir Reese and Old Man.
Okay, perceptions.
Yes, perception based on hearing.
Mine as well.
Yes, for everybody, please, because you're all the only people who know where each right now. Man got followed on by a big butt. So Viper, you are more so like getting up, brushing yourself off, lighting your torch, kind of just figuring out your immediate surroundings. So you got that snow sound when you're kind of moving around. You're hearing just snow all around you. Old Man and Reese, you start to hear some chanting. What languages do you speak, Old Man?
I speak Common, Draconic, Giant, Goblin, Orc, and Undercommon.
Okay, and I know Sir Reese speaks Giant. You guys both hear in a combination of Common, Giant, and some other language that you don't recognize. Well, what languages do you speak, Reese? Doesn't he speak?
Common, giant, celestial.
Okay, yeah. So you both hear some chanting in Common and Giant, and the language that you don't understand, coming from generally this way. And then Gouda, with your 15, you, as a bat, you maintain your mental stats. What languages do you speak?
I speak. I don't know if that worked.
Yep. Common, Giant, and some other language.
Yeah, so common, druidic, loxodon, primordial.
Oh, okay. So you have two bats on here now.
Oh, I can't see them, so I wasn't sure if it worked.
Oh, you're good. Let me do this then. Vision, and they have what blind sight? You said.
60 feet.
All right, so I'll just do that for you. There you go. You're a bat.
Oh god, I could see all of him.
Hmm.
I could see the wild shape.
Yeah, I can see everything here.
That's fine, because there's light permeating from in there. So
No. I see from like everything that he can see
Yeah.
Oh, got you.
because
Yeah.
I can access the token.
Sorry, that's the wild.
No.
That's fine. It is what it is for now. It's cool. We'll do this then. So we'll do one of these bad boys. Less.
Okay.
There you go. You can hear. You can hear and you can see stuff from there. And you said you spoke what languages again, Kuda?
Primordial, Loxodon, Druidic, Common.
You understand 2 of the languages as well as Common and Orin, because Orin is a subset of Primordial. So you also hear a chanting in Common and Orin, which you kind of understand, less so than the Common, but it sounds like some type of summoning ritual. And at this point, too, Viper will say that you get yourself renegotiated back into a good, comfortable spot where you don't necessarily hear the chanting per se, but you do realize that you are by yourself around where you are. You're by yourself, the 2, Cerise and Old Man, you guys are by yourself, and then Gouda, you are also by yourself because you kind of fell the way that you fell.
Okay.
And all these things that you see around you that you can't see past the walls, they are big, icy, like cliff face walls that are a solid 20, 30, 40, you can't quite tell how high, going up, and it's just sheer ice.
I'm gonna begin making my way forward.
Okay.
Sir, he's right.
Old man would just start following you. Because he knows he's not going to convince you to go anywhere other than where you want to go.
Are
Oh,
you
yeah.
are you guys trying to roll stealth, or are you just moving as you move?
Sir Reese is here for action. Sir Reese is moving with determination in his non-visible eyes, so he's not stealthing.
Old man is going to try to stealth.
Okay, you can try to stealth, and you still have a little bit of time of wild shape left, Gouda. Or if you're not wild shape, of your pass without trace too. So
Okay.
12. Okay.
12.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna go this way
Okay.
to explore.
All right. So hang out right there for a sec. Gouda, where are you staying there? You moving
Yeah,
over in?
he wants to go figure out what
Here,
the chanting
I'm
is.
I'm gonna do it this way. Actually, hold on. This will help you with the vision, because then only you should be able to see it. We'll just do it this way. I don't know why I just didn't think to do this before, since you're just dragging them on top of you. We'll do it that way.
Okay, cool.
And
So,
then that should let you just see through Gouda the 60 feet that you have with the bat.
oh, that's smart. Perfect. Yeah. Okay.
That way only you can see it, and nobody else. But yeah, you can see what you can see now. And you can see, let me double check to make sure. You can start to see this weird shape
Yeah.
here.
And that's
as
where
well.
the noise is coming from.
Correct. And you can see clear as day, Viper, this guy.
I
So-
can see the edge of something here.
And you can see the edge of the creatures too.
Okay.
You can all resume moving now, if you wish.
I am
Okay.
back. What did I miss?
So you are basically isolated over where you are because of where you fell compared to everybody else, but you do see this thing that way.
I want to go
So-
towards it.
What
Alright.
am I looking at here?
All right, so Cerise, you see it. It sees you, and this one maneuvers over here as it sees its compatriot turn. And what you see,
I think I'm gonna have a potion.
what you
Just for good
see
measure.
is this creature right there. This thing looks like a combination of icy clouds that have been animated in some manner, in some way.
Hmm.
So, and it looks, well, it definitely sees you, and you see up here behind it an older, haggishly looking lady who's very haggard, and her looks very wrinkly, very just, she's got bits of her skin that is just like sloughing off. She looks like she's seen better days, and you see that she is chanting.
Okay, is this a direct drop off?
No, it walks straight into it.
Okay,
So
well,
we're gonna
I
go ahead
see
and
this
toss you guys an
creature.
initiative now, since you see it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Would I be able to?
Yeah, you. If you're gonna take a potion, you can take a potion, but everyone toss yourselves into initiative.
And
Yeah.
was hoping to get at least
would-
an action off.
No, he
Would
sees
it be
you.
the full amount, or do I still roll for it?
You can take the full amount.
Okay. Because don't want to go into combat completely injured.
Plus her animated breath, cold form.
Yeah, man. All right, 1, 2, 3. Wow, those are some terrible, terrible initiatives from my people. All right, so old man, you are up first. You hear them, but you don't quite see them yet. But you do see Cerise's reaction to You see him pumped.
Yeah, his reaction is the immediate cracking of his knuckles.
Do you want your pass without trace left on, or do you want to until
No,
you
I think with the penguin sledding, was not concentrating on it, so you can
Okay.
it just that's gone.
All right, that works for me. Oh, not the bat. Hold on, I gotta move the bat first because I put it on the bat. All right, and there we go. Cool.
I have to say,
All
I'm
right.
pretty proud of that bat token.
That bat's real cool. I like it.
Okay.
All right, so old man, you're up.
All right, so moving 10 feet, I can now see this one quite clearly. So I'm going to as a bonus action, cast Ensnaring Strike again
Okay.
at second level.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
On this one here at first
Ooh,
level.
You're an interesting blend. No, druids can use Hunter's Mark, right?
Nope, just rangers.
Nope. So I am a one of the new Drake Wardens, but but the Rangers with Tasha's can take Druidic Warrior as their fighting style, which gives me access to some Druidic spells.
Gotcha.
Which is why I have Shillelagh and Thunder, or Shillelagh and something else.
Thaumaturgy?
No, Thaumaturgy actually is from Drake Warden.
Oh, well, that's
It's
nice.
weird, yeah. So yeah, it's a very weird class of like hybrid class of sorts. But I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on this one here, and then take 2 longbow attacks against it.
Okay.
So attack 1, attack 2.
Misses and hits with 24.
Right, so it will take 5 plus 4 plus 6, so 15.
Okay.
And I will send 5, 10, 15.
And does it fly or does it walk?
It walks.
Okay.
Yep,
Where
it
you
is.
send-
It is not flying yet.
All right, where are you sending Blue to?
So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
So as soon as Blue steps right here onto this, I need Blue to make me a dexterity saving throw, please. Because remember, this is all difficult terrain too, so it's half movement anyway. And
Oh.
then a DC 14 dex save as soon as Blue steps on the ice.
Okay, so
'Cause
it
it
would
goes
only be able to get. So is it? It's difficult terrain.
Everything is difficult terrain, and inside here is extra heavy difficult terrain. So it's still difficult terrain, but he needs to make a dex save or slide on the ice and fall prone.
Okay, sorry. Then 1 second here. So that was actually 10, 20, 30, 40. He'd only be able to get to there.
Gouda, what's your dexterity?
In a bat form or in my form?
In your form.
My form is a -1, so 8.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So, all right. 5.1. All right. So cool. All right.
That is my turn now.
All right. So, this one does not appreciate the fact that you just shot at it, and you see that it is hovering, and it is going to. It's just gonna make its way right into this gap, just, and it can't get past all of you. So it's gonna take a swipe at Blue and a swipe at Sir Reese. So here's the first one at Blue. 15.
I will miss.
All right, and here's the one for Sir Reese. A 16.
That hits.
So you get hit for 8 bludgeoning and 10 cold damage. So 18 total damage.
Hey, owie.
Viper.
All right. Am I able to get up this way?
It's difficult terrain, so this is all half movement until you get to that, and even in the ice. So everything here is difficult terrain, unless you don't have to walk. So you can get as far as you can get with that. So yeah, about there. that would give you your 30 feet.
So I guess I will use my action to do a dash.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
And as soon as
hit.
you step on that ice, give me a DC 14 dexterity saving throw. So you fall prone immediately. As soon as you dash into that ice, you're bam, give out from under you, and you fall right on your back. Cerise,
Mhm.
it's your turn.
Yes. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. As a bonus action, a lovely black inky substance overtakes my hands and turn it into large,
Nice.
sharp claws
Ooh,
as I activate my Eldritch Maul,
ooh. All right.
and I will attack this fella,
All right.
or try to.
Now all your attacks are force damage.
That
Yep.
misses. It not so much that it misses, that you hit it, and your arm just kind of goes through this like breathy, wispy form.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll spend a key point. No, I can't. Well, that's my turn.
Okay. Gouda in bat form, you are not impeded by the difficult terrain that is the ground, as you are
So
flying.
I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for 30 feet, and then seeing this, I would like to dash in bat form and move
Okay.
another 30 feet. I'd basically like to, yeah, I'd like to just get over here.
Okay, yeah, you can get right around it.
What is this thing? Can I see it? Like up now that I'm closer?
Yes, you in fact can see it, and this is what you see.
Oh yeah, beautiful. Is there any natural lighting in this room, or is it all through my like echolocation? Squeak, squeak, squeak.
There is natural lighting. This whole room is naturally lit.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically, even if you go through the bat, there is
Mhm.
this room basically itself is full of like lower light.
Okay, so, and I can tell that as Gouda then. So I can't cast anything when I'm in bat form. I would like to just hover above for now.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
that's my turn.
How high do you want to be up in there?
How tall is the hag? I'm assuming it's a hag.
Yeah, they're like 6 foot tall.
I'll be 10 feet up.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little one right
Yeah.
there. This one sees you trying to charge at it, and it's just gonna float right over to you, Viper, and it's gonna take 2 smackaroonies at you for a 17 and a 14. Do either of those hit?
17 will hit, the 14 will not.
Okay, so you take 12 bludgeoning damage and 6 cold damage for 18 total. This hag, you see, looking at it, she looks weaker than she probably should. It looks like she's bleeding from different cuts on her body, all of her orifices. Her skin is sloughing off, and she continues to chant this ritual. She kind of swats at you with her staff, but is more focused on what she's doing at this altar that she is in front of. And you see that the blood that she is bleeding out, she's putting onto this altar.
Oh,
And she's like
yes.
squeezing her fluids and her bloods onto this, chanting things in what you understand to be common in Orin. And you are, seeing as you maintain your mental stats, you understand this to be for sure a type of summoning ritual. But
Okay.
you haven't listened to it long enough to know what it is that she is summoning, but you know that's what she is doing. Old man.
Okay.
You are in melee range of this guy. He just
Yes,
couldn't
I am.
be quite where he was. So
As a bonus action, I am going to cast Bonk, and I'm going to use said Bonk 2 times.
Okay, you get Hunter's Mark on both bonks.
Yes, I'm hoping to. Bonk 1.
Bonk 1 will in fact just connect as you see the magic that kind of like forces the air to solidify for a split second long enough for you to actually take connection.
So it takes 5 or I guess it is magical.
Oh, it's magical, yeah.
Yeah, so 5 bludgeoning. I don't know. Oh no, not piercing. It should be bludgeoning also.
Okay. So
Um,
for that hunter's mark.
yeah. So that's 5
So
and
10 so far.
5, and then 6 lightning,
Okay.
and then bonk number 2
That does not
it
hit.
will miss.
It just it disincorporates and it goes back to like its airy form. Can't connect.
But with that first bonk, oh shoot, actually, so with that first bonk, it would actually get pushed 5 feet backwards, and then I would sure chase after it.
What would it get pushed back for? Do you have bludgeoner?
I have Crusher.
Okay.
Once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack that deals bludgeoning damage, you can move it 5 feet to an unoccupied space, provided the target is no more than 1 size larger than you.
It is large.
So, with that, so then that would be 10 feet to chase after it. 10, 20, and then you said a dex save?
Yep, DC 14. He does not fall prone. You see the thing that dogs do when they run onto linoleum from carpet and they like their feet slip under them for a second before they finally catch themselves. That's what happens.
Alright, and 40.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all he can do.
Does he not have an
Because-
attack?
I have to use a bonus action to order him to attack, so the only thing that he can take is the dodge. So he
Hey,
is
that works.
dodging. Yep.
All right. So this thing, seeing as you pushed it and Blue ran up on it, it's gonna take an attack at you first, and then turn around and try and get rid of this dragon dog. So here's
Nope.
yours. 16.
That misses.
Okay, and then a disadvantage against your dragon doggo, a 16.
That also misses.
He's just swinging and swinging with his, trying to slam his. Not connected. Viper, you were prone. Oh wait, was that the right
Yep.
guy? Yeah, it was. So you were prone. So, luckily, that guy chased on you and missed you both times. But yeah, you were prone. So,
Yep, I stand up.
yep. You put this
I'm
man right in
going
front.
to drop the torch and draw out my 2 swords.
That's fine. I'm gonna just leave the light on because this whole area inside here too much.
I'ma go big.
Okay, let me get you thick. All right.
Attack 1, attack 2.
Attack number 1 does connect. The second one, however, misses.
And we're gonna use the fire rune.
Okay.
Do an additional 2d6 fire damage.
Damn.
Oh,
Nice.
oh,
Okay. Anything else with the fire rune?
must make a save, I believe.
What is the condition that is saving against?
Strength.
Restrained.
So as the shackles go to clamp on them, the shackles attach themselves to this thing's wrists, but it is immune to being restrained. So I will make the save to see if it just keeps the damage going, but it cannot be restrained.
Well,
Alright.
then it wouldn't take the damage because it has to be restrained to continue the fire damage.
Oh, so it would then get the 12 damage out the gate, but it is immune to being restrained. So, there you go. So, you did 12 more damage.
We're gonna go ahead and action surge.
Okay.
Right.
That will hit, and that will also hit. So, 13, 15, 28. All right. That's a big old help and a hurting. This guy is not looking pretty. All right. Anything else on your turn?
That's it, because I think that's all I can do.
Okay. Cerise.
I actually don't even need to move to hit him,
Nope.
Whang wham.
which is really funny. So I'm gonna do that. So first attack.
Okay. That does hit.
Force damage with an additional d6 of force damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna key point for 2 unarmed strikes.
Okay.
Where are you? There you are. 2 flurry of blows.
Yes. 7
And
and
then
9. 16.
the 2 force damage from the tattoo. So 6 and 2 more additional force damage.
He's looking real not good. He's looking pretty hurt.
Fun. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
Well,
Because you use your bonus action to flurry your action. Okay.
yeah. Would I have noticed what the cutoff point for the slip and slide was with blue?
Basically, you saw once he walked onto the ice, he didn't quite slip. But the whole floor in there looks like that.
So once I step into one of these squares.
Yeah, once you can see the difference from it being snow to just ice.
Got it.
Yeah, you can see all that. Gouda.
So Gouda is flying still as a bat. How tall is the ceiling in here?
About 30 feet.
Okay. He's gonna.
In this particular domed area outside of where the icy floor is, you can't see the top.
Yeah, so I want to go inside, kind of he's a bat, so he's flying kind of all over the place, but he's going all the way to the top, and then it stops flapping for a moment. There's a, and Gouda just pops back into being there, and just begins to free fall, shifting first his elbow, and then he rotates and just is gonna land on his butt on her if he can.
Alright, I'm gonna give her disadvantage on the dex check because she was focused more on what she was doing than what you were doing. But you also make a dex save. We'll say it's a DC 13 for you and a DC 15 for her, since she has to get out of the way of a falling elephant. And if you pass it, you won't take any damage. But
I expect to take damage, but I'm 450 pounds, and I hope she takes more.
She's gonna take all of it, and so you pass yours.
That's amazing.
So you're gonna land all on her. And we're going to say it's 3d6, so you can go ahead and roll 3d6. 9. And that's not even your action. It just, it takes a bonus, well, does it take a bonus action to unwild shape?
To dismiss, I think it's a bonus action. You can,
okay.
Yeah, bonus action to dismiss.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, you still have your action then, and you're not really much movement. You can stand up because you are prone, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to move you right there, just so you're not in your square.
What's this altar resting on? Describe it if you can.
It's built into the ice floor, it looks like. It looks like it's built up out of the ice floor. It looks like it's this green and white metallic combination, this giant bowl in the middle that seems to be collecting her bodily fluids with runes in Orin and Common and another language you don't read around it.
So is the pedestal for the altar made of ice or rock, or? It
looks like it's made of really thick ice, and the altar itself is as big across as it looks, and the ice is equally as far across, and the whole altar itself sits about chest level, so it's a solid 4.5, almost 5 foot high from the ground. So it's a really thick pillar of ice.
Okay.
She now notices you, by the way, because you fell on
I'm
her.
sure.
Oh yeah, she took. I forgot on her -9.
Can you tell me? Can I upcast cantrips to spell slots?
You cannot. They automatically go up when you hit 5th and 11th level and 10th.
Okay, so what I want to do, and you tell me if this is mold earth or destroy water, but I want to try to destroy the base of the altar. Is it solid enough to be mold earth, or if it's ice?
So shape water unfortunately doesn't work on ice. I've tried this many times.
Okay.
You could start the cracking process with the mold earth if you would like. The cantrip's not gonna probably do as much as you would like, just because it's a cantrip. If you had the higher level one of I forget what it's called, but you can move full cubes of earth at once.
Yeah, I don't have that one.
Yeah, so you could start the cracking process and see if it does anything. That's up to you.
Okay, how about the blood that she's pouring in? Is it inside, the water in the altar, or is it just over the top surface of it?
There's no water in the bowl. It's just blood and fluids.
Okay.
So,
I will.
Yeah, just pouring it into that and chanting.
Okay, so I'm gonna like half movement to stand up. I'm tall enough to be over the 4 foot. I'm just gonna put both of my hands into the bloody pool, and I'm going to create water and just pressure wash it out. And I will do this.
All right.
I'm gonna do this at second level, so I create more. Actually, I don't know if I have to. So create water
10
is
gallons.
30-foot cube, 10 gallons of clean water.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it
You
first
can-
level.
You can power wash the fluids that are in there out of there.
Can I, for
you want.
flavor, also? It's not his hands; it's his trunk.
Yeah, sure.
Technically, the Loxodon trunk can be used to cast spells.
I would
That's fine.
absolutely 100% want to do that. So that's what I'm doing. It's just.
There you go. You blast all of the blood that's in there out of there and with this situation. All right. This one is just gonna take swings at you, Viper, since you just took a whole bunch of hit. A slam for 24 for a total of 13 damage, and then an natural
And the cold, I believe, is reduced thanks to the ring.
one. I don't think the Ring of Warmth is cold damage in that way. I think it reduces environmental damage. Let me see.
You have resistance to cold damage.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do. Bam. So yeah, it's half that. So if you didn't reduce it before when you got hit,
I did.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's
'Cause- yeah.
8 instead of 13. All right. So this hag, who is very, very unpleased with what just happened, she looks at you, and you see that she kind of she twists her staff around and like squeezes her blood down it, which then goes to the ground, and you see that it starts to freeze. And as it freezes, you see that she is going to go ahead and cast, because it is a hemisphere, dome, or a sphere with up to 10 feet, but I think she can shape it. So she's basically going to shape I gotta get one here. Forget. She's going to shape a wall of frozen ice around her, like that. It's basically
shoot.
10 feet around. And she is going to go ahead and she is going to push you away from it. So I need you to make for me a DC 14 dexterity saving throw, or take that much cold damage.
Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. Okay.
I don't think your cold weather clothing gives you...
No, and I didn't take my potion yet.
Okay. Yes. So you take 30 cold damage as she creates this ice, but it is a concentration spell, so she does have to maintain concentration on it. And as soon as she casts it, she immediately goes back to what she was doing and focusing on putting more fluids inside of this bowl, as if like you can see her through ice, but she's just chanting and chanting and squeezing fluids out of herself. And there is now a protective wall around her. You can break the pieces of the wall, as there are 10 different portions of it,
Yeah.
so that is possible. But it is now Old Man's turn.
Question.
Huh?
Does it seem like her squeezing this blood out of her is damaging her?
Yeah, she's looking weaker and weaker.
So does that
As-
mean that she has to make a concentration save for?
Well, it's not damaging, like killing her. She's like pouring out her fluids to do this ritual. It's not like breaking concentration damage. But if she does get hit with something because she is actively pouring out her own bodily fluids, I'll give her disadvantage on the con checks for that.
Okay.
So because yeah, she has taken some damage from herself.
At least 9 additional.
Yeah, at least 9 from the 2 big booty boys today dropping damage on people from the sky. Anyway.
One of them was almost me.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to use 20 feet of movement to get moved there. And then I still have bonk going. So I'm going to go bonk bonk.
Okay.
With advantage for flanking.
Yeah.
There's a bonk.
you're gonna kill him. He has
Okay.
11 HP.
Well, plus.
You'll kill.
Let's just see if I kill him here. Yay!
So this one, as you like smack through it, you see that the air dissipates, and it kind of becomes just like a cold wisp. That is just like float. It's like a misty fog that hasn't quite dissipated, but it's no longer corporeal in the shape that it was attacking you. It's now just this like misty fog that's just floating in the air. No danger to you.
Okay. So then.
But also, you have hunters.
I do. So 10, 20.
Dex save, DC 14.
Oh,
You
no.
fall prone. Wham.
Okay, so it took 20 feet to get there, so it's half movement to get back up.
Yes. Half
So
of your
10
remaining
feet.
movement to get up. Yep.
So now I could go. Oh no, I can go 5 because I have 10 feet left, so I can go 5
Correct.
feet, which is not enough to go a full square, so I'm basically stuck here.
Correct.
Then I'm going to bonus action Hunter's Mark this one here,
Okay.
and instead of my second action, would you allow me to stow my shield and staff and draw my bow?
Sure.
Okay, so that will be the rest of my action. Bonus action to move that, and then 20 or 30, 40.
Make another deck save for Blue. He finishes his run. DC 14. You're running on ice, boys. Blue does not fall prone.
Blue loves ice.
Blue's best boy. MVP.
Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right, Viper. You up?
All right. Gonna go ham on the guy.
Yeah,
With
that's
a
gonna
crit.
hit him. So let me do the math on the first one. Yeah, so it's almost dead on that. It's dead. I don't even need to do that. It had 12 HP after your first attack, so it's also dead. And the same thing happens. You see that it becomes this incorporeal, like small fog cloud that's just kind of floating in the air. But it seems to be of no danger to you.
1d10 plus second wind.
Okay. I'm just gonna take these guys. I don't need them. Okay, second wind, so you get 14 HP back. Got it. Okay.
Gonna enter into the room.
Okay. So that's difficult terrain still, and give me a dexterity saving throw as you complete your into there.
Dexterity
So
save.
you fall prone. Wham! So,
Wearing up a thorn.
yep. You're running and you just slip, bang, slide right on your butt. Cerise, you see the big airy guy in front of you is gone. And you see a big ice wall in the distance.
Yes.
With Buddha who's back. So,
It's difficult terrain that's 10 feet of movement per square.
yes.
So 10, 20, deck save.
Yes. So basically, just so you know the process, it's as soon as you first step on it, it's a deck save, and then at the completion of every inside of the circle, it's a deck save.
Okay.
For everybody. So deck save 18, cool. You caught yourself as you slip. You saw Blue slip, you saw Old Man slip, but not fall. So you know what to expect. Right?
So 10, 20, 40.
No, that'd just be 30, because it's 10, 20, 30. And you get one more,
10,
because you
20.
get
Oh, right.
Yeah.
30, right. 40.
Yep.
And I will bonus action
hmm
drink a potion of fire breath.
Okay.
Yes.
And it, less so drinking it, and more so I'm pouring it down my helmet.
Okay. So I'm gonna put a thing on here because I know you get 3 uses. So little 3 right there. Or even you could track it in one of the bars if you want to. Up to you.
I'm tracking it on D&D Beyond.
Cool, that works. So at the end of your movement then, unless you're gonna dash or anything.
Nope.
All right, make me another deck save, please. You fall prone. As you're drinking it, you lose your balance. Plop. Right down.
Falling on
Um,
ice is no joke.
Right. Right. Gouda, your butt hurts from falling on the stick. And there's this big ice wall that just blasted you right in the face.
Gouda's gonna very carefully, like, kind of get up from the ice. He'll take half movement and then slow to just take full movement to not fall, and he'll right himself, if possible. And
Yeah,
then
absolutely.
he's going to pop open one of the leaflet packages on his bandolier and pull out a little iron, like a very miniature iron ingot, and he's gonna just clench it in his trunk, and he will touch the ice wall more for comfort, but he's gonna say,
You are going to do some sort of bad winter thing. Winter's supposed to be a season, not this big. You need to stop.
and I will cast Hold Person on her.
Oh, all right. It is a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw. All right. It's like your words don't quite pass through the wall of ice as she seems to take notice of you yelling at her to stop.
Okay, I will just put the ingot back, the material component. Can I take a potion as a bonus action?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I will go ahead and do this then.
Okay. All right. It is this hag's turn. And knowing, she looks around and sees that her guardians are gone. You see now that she takes her staff in both hands, slams it in the ground, and then brings it above her head and starts whipping it around, almost like she's creating a big snowstorm cloud above her. And as she's spinning this snowstorm cloud, you see the foggy aeration of the two creatures you just killed kind of get sucked up into it. And then you see, as she continues to do it, her gray staff kind of floats up in the air like it's magically enchanted and can hold itself aloft. And as it does that, you see that she drops this wall of ice and kind of spreads out her arms, and then all of the fluid and liquids inside of her body immediately just rip out, go up into the cloud and mix with it, and it starts to rain down into this bowl. And you guys will have this many rounds until what comes next comes next. We'll just keep the same initiative order, but you have 3 rounds to prep in any way that you wish to prep, to do anything that you wish to do. So,
I'm gonna drink a potion.
okay, and you can use an action to do that if you want to and just get the benefits of it. So we'll basically say you have 3 actions each that you can do if there are 3 actions you want to take. If you want to hold attacks or hold spells or hold whatever's, you can do that. You tell me what you want to do for your 3 actions, and we'll just go top to bottom. We'll go, yeah, so old man, what are your 3 actions that you want to do, if at all?
Well, we're gonna go 10, 20, 30, dash 10, 20, 30.
I'm going to say you don't have to make the dex saves in this in-between time because you can effectively move very, very carefully. You're not being attacked, so.
And I would hand Gouda my only where is it? My potion of healing.
Okay. All right, so that's 1 action.
For my second action, I reach into my bag, and everyone would see me pull out the Santa Goblin hat, and I would put it on my head.
All right. 2 actions. What's your 3rd action?
My 3rd action would actually have been my first action. I would basically help pick up Cerise.
Okay, cool.
The way he's now standing,
All right.
and then I would move
Okay.
out this way.
All right.
And Blue would go to right. Let me see. Yeah, Blue would go to right there.
Okay. All right, Viper. So we'll say your first action was that potion.
That plan, yeah.
Yep. What are
Um,
your other 2 actions that you wish
getting
to
up.
partake in?
You know what? We're gonna set a hunting trap right here in the middle.
Those take 1 minute to set.
Hmm,
You do not
and they
have
don't
1
have.
minute. You have
Okay.
12 seconds. So
Never mind. So I will just come up about here and be ready with the weapon attack.
okay. Cerise, what do you wish to do, sir? All right. You are muted, just in case you were.
I was muted. I'm gonna second wind.
Absolutely. Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna get big,
All right. So action 1, action 2.
and I'm going to hold an attack.
Okay. Action 3. Gouda, what are your 3
So
actions?
with first action, I've been given a normal healing potion, right?
Yep, and you can use the first action to just drink the thing and get the
Okay.
whole benefit. So you just get
So-
max healing from that potion.
So I will do that for the first. That's 2d4 plus 2, so 10.
Yep.
And then I have a second healing potion I'll use for the second action, so that's plus 20 hit points.
Okay. Yep.
In that, can I have also moved back?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I will basically take cover here, and then for my third action, I'm going to just hold up my my staff, and a moonbeam is going to puncture through the ceiling and over the altar. And I'll grab that for you real quick.
Okay. Ooh, spicy. Alright, so we're gonna do this, and it's gonna get a little bit of this. Bam.
I think Moonbeam is just 5 foot, isn't it? It's just a single square, isn't it?
I think it's. Is it 5 feet radius? That was 5 feet
I think
radius.
it's.
It might just be 1 square. Let's see. Oops.
Oh, it does do it.
Cylinder of 5 feet. 5 foot radius. So it's 10. Yeah.
So it's 10 foot across.
So
But
radius of 5 feet.
that's-
Yeah.
Would that
So
be
that's that
15
right there?
feet?
That's 15.
That's 5. Because it goes by corner. It's corner to corner is 5. So this is 5 feet, 5 feet. This is 5 feet. So this is what 15 looks like. That's 15. See? 3, 3.
Okay.
I mean, I can make it smaller if you want it to be smaller.
No, I'm.
Everything.
Oh my god, it's huge! It's the whole thing.
It's actually that big. All right. So, as you guys kind of prepare and you look around, you see that the altar starts to shake, and all of the liquids and the gases that have gone into it seem to have now fully dissolved in this altar. Breaks away from the ice column that it's on, and shaking and shaking, and eventually it explodes. And as it explodes, it rips a summoning portal into the middle of, well, this room, pretty much right where the moonbeam is.
I was worried
see-
about it.
You see that this creature is dragged from its domain, but it doesn't look complete. As soon as you see it, old man, you recognize it to be a dragonoid of sorts. It doesn't have fully formed wings. It looks to be somewhere in between what you would imagine a young and adult dragon would look like when they were at the appropriate ages. But this thing looks to be more desecrated in a way. Its wings look white, but black and green and necrotic at the same time. And you see this dragon
Ooh.
appears in front of you all. This incomplete summoned desecrated white dragon. Whew, it's a lot of
Cool, I
work.
can hit it.
As long as if you had any held actions that would reach it, you can do that. So, Cerise, your action would hit because you are 13.
13.
Will unfortunately miss. So, but it appears with this disgusting screech as it is just ripped from whatever domain it is in, or it was from. And old man, it is your turn.
Okay. Well, bonus action, Hunter's Market, por favor.
Okay.
And what is its hitbox? Like, am I within range of it right now? If I
No, it's just the way that its tail flips. Basically,
Okay.
it's basically 3 square. It's 3 by 3.
okay,
Tail
so-
just happens to be over there because that's the way the token is built, and I can't change that. So now you're in melee range with it to the angle of it. Yes.
well, that's fine because I realize that I actually still have my bow drawn and everything, so I
Correct.
can't really do that. So I'm going to actually back up 5, 10 technically, and we're going to take 2 attacks against it. Probably gonna miss.
And that will hit.
For 6
Mhm.
plus 4
Okay.
plus 4. Is it dead yet?
Ah, yes, 100%. Also, make me a dex save as you completed your movement.
Yeah.
You are not falling prone. You are slipping and sliding, but you're catching yourself.
Okay.
I
and-
forgot about the floor.
I didn't. I gotta make my fights interesting with new mechanics, like you fall down all the damn time.
And I've used my bonus action, so it can only
Correct.
take the dodge action.
Correct.
But blue's gonna go 10, 20 up to here and
Okay.
stop.
And make a dex save to see if Blue falls prone and negates his dodge. He does not.
Attaboy blue. Atta-girl. I love it.
Okay.
That
Alright.
is my turn.
All right. So it's gonna start its turn in this box, and so we'll get
This-
to. It's a con save. Where's
For
where's the save?
moving?
14 con save. All right. It rolled a
13,
10. So it's gonna take 13 damage.
13 damage.
Okay. It's not pleased that I was there, but you're the thing that shot it, so it's gonna maneuver over to you. You see that it doesn't. Its wings, they look more like framework wings with like, you can see all like the main veins and the tendons between them, but the wings aren't fully formed, so it doesn't look like it can actually fly. It looks like it is going to be grounded. But also, as it walks this way, it just swats Blue out the way and just comes for you, just like bang. Not mechanically, it's not going to hit it, it's just stepping.
Okay.
But he is going to take an attack at you and then attack at this big thing that's right there. So, first of all, it can use its frightful presence. So, everyone make a DC 15 wisdom save or become frightened for 1 minute.
Wisdom?
Yes, DC 15 wisdom.
I'm scared.
So, everyone except for Gouda is scared. Also,
Oh,
give.
wait.
Is Blue going to be scared? I hope Blue passes.
Blue ain't scared of nothing.
Blue ain't scared of a dragon that's much bigger than him.
Oh, I
we're
had
gonna-
advantage also because I've Loxodon Serenity. I didn't need it though.
That's fine. We're gonna do this on y'all who are scared. This little skull.
Okay.
Boop. Alright, so it's gonna go ahead and take a bite attack and a claw attack at you, old man, and then a claw attack at Sir Reese.
Okay.
So here's a bite. 14.
That misses.
Here's a claw. 8.
That
Here's
misses.
a claw at Sir Reese. 22
That hits.
for 8. And that's it. That
Does he need to make a saving throw or fall prone? He can't fly.
He does not. He has an ability called Ice Walk, which is this.
It's kind of
Amazing.
like
So,
his toes are crampons.
basically.
Yeah, I'm buying some ice spikes after this game to negate ice.
Just get a ring of free action.
Right. Viper, it is your turn. You are considered frightened, so you cannot actively move towards it. And anything that you would do with it in your line of sight gives you disadvantage. But you get to make the save again at the end of your turn. So, you can stay there if you want, or you can run away. But you can't move towards it to attack it. But if you could attack it, it would be at disadvantage because it's in line of sight. You just can't move towards it.
Yeah.
So you have to do a
Um,
range thing. It's up to you.
well, I can sheath 2 weapons with at once, so I will do that and pull out my crossbow.
Okay. And yeah, 1 shot at disadvantage because you're scared. That misses. But you get to make the
wisdom
save again. Yep, at the end of your turn. It is a DC 15. Almost.
Not
So
close enough.
close.
All right, Cerise, you're scared of this big dragon, but you can still attack it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go for it.
All right, give me them disadvantage smackaroony magoonies. 11.
That's my turn.
misses.
No, it's not, because I can bonus action barf on it.
You can bonus action barf on it.
So I need a DC 13 deck save.
Oh, what's the barf that you're doing? Oh, it's the
Fire barf.
fire. That's right.
Yeah, there's no way I'm not hitting blue.
Uh-huh.
14 fire damage or half.
Okay, so 7, and then
Yeah.
blue gets all that.
And that's my turn.
You get to make that wisdom save.
Yes, I do.
Remember, if you decide to use your monk martial arts die as your action attack, you can also then attack for bonus action.
Oh, I
From-
know.
From monk conduct. Okay. You are no longer scared though.
I'm well aware of a lot of
Alright.
the stuff I would do.
Just making sure you don't forget. That's all.
But I'm not using my monk martial arts ever.
Fair. Not until it's high enough. Ever. Alright, Gouda, your turn.
I'm
Oh,
going
yeah.
to focus the moonbeam to go.
Alright, so
I want it to be on top of it.
alright, so you move it as an action over there.
I already drank my 2 potions, so I am out of bonus
By the way, all my
actions.
attacks are magical, if that matters.
Okay.
Can I, if I use an action to move it, can I still cast a bonus cantrip?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna
As long as it's not
collect-
concentration, because that will end your moonbeam.
It is not. It's Shalala! And then clink it onto the ground and it begins to glow.
Captain
Alright.
Punk.
Alright, I like to imagine your trunk is the shillelagh. Old man, you are scared of this big ass dragon in front of you. Like you've tamed a dragon, but this is something else. But yeah,
How much radiant damage? 13?
for you're not in its range though.
Blue is.
Oh, blue is, yeah. Well, you gotta
Oh.
reroll that
Oh.
that damage for moonbeam.
Sorry.
17.
Oh, okay. Well, blue's dead.
You killed blue, my boy blue.
Does he at least get the save? Or was the 4 the save?
That was the
That
save.
was the save.
It was a straight D20.
Does he get advantage because there's a dragon over him?
I don't think it works that way.
Nope, it does
Wow.
not.
All right,
Sorry.
it's fine. It's
Blue's
cool.
just a red X now.
Old man's just gonna kill all of y'all now. It's
Old
fine.
man's scared of this big dragon.
Yeah, so he's just gonna kill the people he's not afraid of. Well. I don't like to think that he's afraid, as he's so much more in grief, and so
Makes sense.
he's gonna use his action to resummon Blue.
Alright.
Not so much resummon as basically like bring her, basically uses his connection to like pull her back to him and breathe life back into her body, and sets her down right here. So she's back up at full health.
Nice.
So that was my action,
I feel less bad
and
now.
then you shouldn't. You should still feel bad about yourself.
I feel terrible.
And then he's going to. Is sheathing and drawing 2 actions?
If you're sheathing one weapon and pulling out another weapon, yes, unless you have a feat that allows it. But you can drop a
Cool.
weapon and then just then pull one for free.
Um.
But you wouldn't be able to pull like a sword and a shield in the same
Yeah.
turn, burning an action.
Then he would put his longbow away, and that would be all that he does.
Okay.
Make the save.
All right. It's gonna make a cons. You're not scared
All right.
anymore.
Not scared.
You're not scared.
Question: I hate to ask this.
No, you don't. You love to. What's up?
No, I do, but because it's technically mechanical, does Blue have to remake the save?
No, because it is so Blue is made immune for 24 hours, and so
okay.
since
I
Blue
wasn't
is the
sure
same
because
thing-
he went.
Yeah, once you make the save, you're immune for 24 hours. So
Okay. Well,
so
then
you're good.
did not use my bonus action at all. So Blue's got to make a bite attack against this big white boy.
Okay.
Blue crit. Come on.
Blue crit would be funny. Back from the dead, he does
Oh
it.
my gosh,
That's
so
25.
close.
25.
So four piercing damage.
Okay.
And
Guys
that's
are
it.
still there. All right. So it's got to make a con save against your damage for your moonbeam.
Yep.
17.
It's a pass for half, I believe. So that would be what, 8 damage.
You can roll it again if you want, or I can take the 8. You tell me.
I mean, I rolled for that round. I thought.
Oh, okay.
I
Fine.
figured it's
8.
one hit
It
per
works.
turn.
All right. So, it is. All right. It's gonna try and take a bite at Old Man because it was there, and then how far is it from you, Mister? Where's my measuring thing? Why did it go away? Oh, that's right here. It went minimum. Up, you're too far. You're not. It's gonna take a bite at Old Man and a tail at the thing that it knows it's afraid of it. So one bite. 16?
Oh, that hits.
For 12. With 6 of that being cold.
Okay.
And that tail coming to Viper, who's scared because it's got a 15-foot reach with a big old tail. On a 12. It goes to hit and you're like, nope! You just move out the way. I'm too scared you're not hitting me today, sir. But that is.
This
that
is
its turn.
probably quite comedic with Cerise and Viper both being towering, like what, 12-foot tall people.
Mhm. Viper, it is your turn. You are still scared and you just had this big old tail swing at you.
All right. Guess I would reload the crossbow.
Alright. Yeah, you can reload it with a bonus action and shoot it with an action.
Okay.
Yeah, you basically
I
get
can-
1 shot per round unless you have crossbow expert feat that lets you just shoot it more. 14 will miss, however. It's not so much that
15
you
wisdom save.
missed. 15 on that wisdom save and you passed. You are immune. Everybody immune for 24 hours. Cool. You do have. It's at the end of your turn, so you wouldn't have been able to move towards it anyway. Cerise.
Well, I'm no longer afraid, so I can do a normal attack,
Correct.
which I will attempt.
Okay. That will miss, unfortunately.
Well, that's bonus action barf, and that's my turn.
Okay, it's a deck save.
Yes, sir.
16.
Takes half of that.
Takes half, so 6. Okay. Cool. Gouda.
Gouda is maintaining his concentration on the moonbeam. However, with his actual big hands, he's going to cast another spell.
Do it. That's what, 3 rounds you've had Moonbeam up on him so far? I'll just play so I can track it for sure. 7. Yes,
Up to
7.
10
This is
berries.
the 3rd one.
So I only rolled a 1, really?
Well, you only get 1 hit point per berry.
Yeah, but isn't that... No, how do I tell how many berries? Do I have to roll separate? I thought
No,
that was
you
what
have
the die
you
was.
have 10 berries.
Oh, okay.
Up to 10 berries. So you can have 10 or you can
Well, I
have
want
one
the
spell.
maximum.
Yeah. So you have 10. And it takes an action to eat one.
Yeah, so I've just got all the berries in my hand, and I'm like pointing at the moonbeam with the staff.
Okay.
I don't want to move. I don't want to fall in my butt.
All right. Old man.
Okay.
Did you roll a con save for your hunter's mark last time?
No, I did not.
14.
save.
Yeah, you didn't take 28 damage.
No, I took 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I am going to pull out my staff.
Snap.
Do I have to recast bonk on it? Oh yeah, because it's only a minute. So I recast bonk, and I'm gonna go bonk bonk.
Okay.
So a bonk and a nope.
It just moves its head twice out the way.
Yep. And then that's my my turn, and blue takes the dodge action.
All right. I really need to move this dragon right now. It takes 7 damage. It's just getting damage on top of damage from moonbeams. All right. So it's tired of the fact that it's getting moonbeamed over and over. So it's gonna come this way, taking
Oh no.
opportunity attack.
Here
on the
we
way.
go.
Wham! So yeah, I'll put it. It'll end up there. So it'll end up in wherever you'll be able to move towards it and punch it on your round or hit it. Old man misses. Sarai also misses. It's gonna go ahead and take. It's gonna do a bite and a claw, and depending on how you look, it might turn a claw towards Viper. A bite for 13.
Oh, that's a miss. That's a miss.
It's missing, so it's gonna keep going.
All right.
Wow.
Gouda puts on the most unexpected dance away dodging because he doesn't have any armor. He's a Loxodon with the unarmored ability.
I would have taken
So-
you down with
Skin.
2 hits. So, Viper, it
natural
is
armor.
your turn.
All right. So
Yeah.
I can get my crossbow put away and draw my 2 swords.
Yep.
Take a step towards it
Yep.
and attack.
So let me do the math on the second one because it's gonna be easier math. I mean, it's not gonna kill it. It's just easier math for me.
Here's the
And
third.
the third one. Okay. Yep. Cool. Let me do that one too. All right.
This Viper is apparently pissed with the net 20.
I mean, you were scared and then you were missing. So yeah, I mean, I get it. Plus 10. So that one would have been a 27. Okay, cool. So you did 27 plus 7. You did 42 damage. Just slice, slice, slice. The dragon thing is not very happy at you now. Cerise.
Okay. Is this flanking?
Sure. You're
Alright.
big enough, and Gouda's about to be eaten enough that, yeah, sure, why not?
26.
Yeah, a hit.
Alright. Bonus action grapple.
Well, you can certainly try. 22? Well, it can be a strength or a dex, and it's alright. For some reason, it's a higher strength. It doesn't have proficiency in strength, but does in dex for some weird reason, but has a +0 dex. Figure that out. 8. So it's grappled, so it can't move anywhere as you have this thing grappled.
Good.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Alright, I'm basically gonna say that you're right there in a square. This, more like,
I'm pulling like a Bowser from Super
Yeah,
Mario, and I'm
you're
holding
like-
onto its tail.
yeah, you're like that. You're not in the moonbeam, but you're like on its butt. Gouda.
Shoot, what should I do?
Move that moonbeam.
Yeah, I'm gonna action over here, and I'm gonna try to be
Okay.
a little bit more careful because I know what happened last time. And then I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. One.
Okay.
And now I'll roll a dex save for Slippy.
It'll be at the end of your movement.
Okay. Is it half movement too, right? 2.
Yes,
3,
but it
so
does
there's-
hit you for a 19
That's a hit.
for 14 damage. So I need you to make a con saving throw DC 10, and if you have forecaster, you get roll with advantage. Cool. So moonbeam's still up, and you took 14 damage, and you did not fall.
So I imagine it almost like he just takes a couple steps and then just keeps sliding on the ice. And then since I have the good berries, can I like eat them kind of like I would a potion? Or no?
You know, I don't like
Is
the
it an
mechanic
action?
of not being able to eat more than one at a time. So if you want to eat all 10 of them,
Yeah, he just wants to
I'll let you do
smush them all into his mouth.
sure. Yeah, you can eat all 10 and get 10 HP back. It's
Okay.
fine.
Chomp, chomp, chomp. All right, that's his
Alright.
turn.
Cool. Well, did you use your action to move the moon?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it a? Well, that's why I asked if it was a bonus action or not.
We'll say it could be a bonus action. That's fine.
Okay.
It's no biggie. All right.
All right. Cool. That's my turn.
Cool. Since it is being held by Sir Reese, it's gonna go ahead and use a layer action to do a desecrated wing attack and try and get you off of it. So everyone within 10 feet of it, and I'll just say that Gouda's just outside the range. So Sir Reese and Viper make me a DC 15 Dex save as it burns 2 of its things. All right. So you're both gonna take this much bludgeoning damage and be poisoned. Wow, that was maximum damage. And poisoned till the end of your next turn. So, which just basically means disadvantage on attack and ability checks. So, but it is Old Man's turn. It's not looking great, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
I know nobody has asked, but it's not looking great.
I hate the fact that I keep doing this over and over and over again. I'm dropping my staff. I'm drawing my bow. Again. And bonus action, I am casting at 2nd level Ensnaring Strike.
Okay.
So if I hit it with either of these 2 shots, never mind.
But you also lose Hunter's Mark, though.
I do lose Hunter's Mark. So
But
I'm
I'll
now
leave the green
concentrating
on
a new thing, but I did absolutely nothing that round.
Okay.
Blue is going to go 5, 10. There.
And make a dex save, Blue.
Yep.
He falls prone.
Blue falls down.
So it's going to use its last legendary action, and so technically its legendary action is tail attack, but instead of it doing a tail attack because you have it grappled by the tail, I think it would be funnier if it tried to swing you around and break the grapple by just like whipping you off of it. So it's just going to do an opposed check. It'll be at disadvantage because it's grappled by you, but you're also poisoned, so we'll just make them both straight rolls just to see if it can break out of the grapple using a legendary action. For 10, no, it fails. So it's still grappled, and it burned a legendary action to try and break out. Didn't work. Hey man, it was worth a shot, and it's gonna take half of whatever damage he rolls for Moonbeam. You see this thing's pretty hurt. You also see that the fleshy flaps that are on this thing's wings and its undercarriage and its mouth are starting to glow. Like it's prepping for something. But it being grappled, it can't move anywhere. So it's gonna take a bite at the thing grappling it, and then a claw on you as well, Reese, and a claw at Viper, just to go
So
that way.
when it makes an attack against him, I can use my reaction to make an opportunity attack against it because it's Sentinel.
Indeed. But I think it has to hit, right? Or just
If it attacks.
Okay, that works. So both of those miss. My attack misses and yours misses. And then it's going to take a claw attack against Reese and a claw attack against you. Does an 18 hit you, Reese?
It would, but I want to stay alive, and the next healthiest person is right next to me, so I'm moving that to Viper with Cloud Rune.
Does an 18 hit you, Viper?
Yes.
So you take 11 damage. Does it matter? Does it take into, because I haven't read Cloud Rune in a while, does it take into account the new person's AC, or is it based on? Okay. So if 18 hits you, you take 11 damage, as Reese is holding on, and then all of a sudden it's like it comes through the fog and scratches you. Go ahead and make me pass its save for its Moonbeam.
Okay.
So roll me that Moonbeam damage, and I'll take half. And it does. You saw, as I said to them, its skin flaps are starting to glow under its abdomen and its wings and its head, like something is coming soon. And it went to attack Reese and missed, and ended up hitting Viper with a Cloud Rune.
Okay.
Viper, your turn.
All right. Going for all-out attacks against it. 1, 2, 3.
The first two will hit for 24. Okay. 24 total damage.
Well, if you're also poisoned, they're all at
Oh yeah, they're all at disadvantage. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
roll them again.
So then the 19.
Yeah. So we'll just say reroll. I'll just
15.
reroll all 3 of them, and we'll just
Yeah.
take the lower, and we'll keep it that way. It'll be easier for my math. So the natural 20 will miss. So that's good. And they're all lower anyway. So it's still 24 damage. So it's just the top 3. So there you go. So still 24 damage. Cool. Are you trying to move anywhere? Or are you staying there?
I'm staying there.
All right. It doesn't. Well, its tail, like I said, its tail's still pinned, so it can't get you with that. It doesn't have a bite as a legendary action, and it's charging up its wings for something else, as well as it fleshy flaps. So, Cerise. I really just like saying fleshy
Okay.
flaps.
Disadvantage attack.
Correct. That still hits.
20.
Okay.
And I will use my last key point for an attempt at 2 more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do it.
Oh, and that's all force damage, by the way.
Cool.
And magic.
Both of those miss.
Oh, right. Hold on. I need to add another d6 of force damage. 5.
Okay.
And that is my turn. No, it's not. I have action search.
All right.
Yes.
So I'm going to try and hit it one more time.
Okay.
Doesn't hurt.
Okay. So you miss.
No,
Since
it's
you
not.
you guys were only poisoned until the end of your turn. So Viper, you're not poisoned right now. Cerise, you're also no. But it's gonna use a tail attack and as a legendary action and try and whip you off of its tail and break its grapple with you. So this is your advantage grapple versus its straight grapple of a 16. 15. So it finally manages just to like wriggle its tail out and just whip it out from around you. So you're not grappling it, but it didn't get to hit you with its tail because, you know, it broke free. Gouda.
I'm maintaining concentration. I am
Okay.
going to reach into another one of my little bandolier things and pull out my potion of resist. I'm gonna just drink that, guzzle it down.
Okay.
And then I don't think I can do another action, can I?
That's a bonus action. Can't drink that.
Then I
So you
am
still have
going
your whole
to
action.
get some more good berries.
All right, you got 10 more good berries.
Okay.
Old man. Yes,
Can I
that
also
is-
try to move?
Yeah, you can try to move. It's difficult terrain, so 10 foot per square, and then a dex save at the end of your movement. And these are walls that you can't get through.
Yeah,
so-
I'm trying to follow the wall.
Gotcha. Yep. So you get it to right there, and you fall on your butt.
Whack.
All right, old man. A 20 does hit.
20 for 11 piercing, and it is now restrained.
If it fails to save, right?
Let me see here. I think it's. Oh yeah. So DC 15 strength saving throw. I pass it.
It's gonna choose to use one of its legendary resist pass. Because I don't want to be restrained.
Well, that's some BS.
It doesn't have 3. I'll tell you that.
This
It's
thing is-
incomplete.
This thing is about to do something big.
You know, I'm going to bonus action another ensnaring strike. This time at first level.
Okay.
That's gonna miss.
It will.
Blue's
right.
gonna stand up and just take the dodge, but not move.
All right. It's gonna use a legendary action because it has 3 of them per round. But it's gonna use 1 to take a tail attack action at Blue because it feels betrayed that a dragon keep attacking. It's
Fair.
a bigger thing. 7 misses. So even if it was at disadvantage,
I was gonna say
still-
it has the dodge action anyway.
yeah,
so.
so it misses. All right. So it's gonna stand up.
Con
It's
save.
gonna take a con save of 21.
Do I need to roll again?
Yep.
Moonbeam, real MVP here.
Beam. Oh, that's 3rd level. Sorry. Oh, I wish I could keep it. Okay.
Good job. I'm glad. So 6. All right. You see this thing is now glowing with this like whitish, blackish energy. And it's going to, firstly, I'm going to maneuver it this way because it's going to take attack of opportunities when it moves. I'm just maneuvering it into a certain position. So, oh, get out of here. So I'm moving this for a second. I need to get him. Then all the shit's in the way. So it's going to move up and back out the way to there. So both Viper and Cerise, you guys get attack of opportunity because it's basically
And Blue?
Well, it's still in melee with Blue. Its butt's basically against the wall. Yeah.
Okay.
So I can't like squish it against the wall any more than that. So 23 does hit for
14, 20.
20.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay. The 10 misses. Okay. It looks like it's on death's door. But it's going to rear back its legs and it's going to exhale this cold breath that's like a combination of like cold and necrotic, but mechanically it's just cold damage, forward. And it's gonna go this far. It's gonna go
Oh no.
that far. So I need all three of you to make me con saves. DC 15.
Well, I do have my my potion.
I failed every single save.
You do. But you have resistance against cold though, Viper, from your
I do.
So
So do I take a
half
quarter?
damage. Yeah, because you got half and pass. So you guys are gonna take those. So you're all gonna take half except Guda, who's gonna take 1/4 of.
Viper failed the save.
Yeah, well, Viper has
I have
the
a ring of
Ring of
warmth.
Warmth, which
Right.
gives you the. So you're gonna take this much cold damage in half. 25 in half to
6,
13.
7?
Yeah.
And then Gouda, you take 6. So Gouda, you have to make me a con save again of DC 10 or lose Moonbeam, which you passed it. All right. And that is its turn, and it's cowering in the wall right now because it's stuck, and that's its turn. It is Viper, your turn.
All right.
You see Cerise just went down beside you. The moon is still up. Blue is up. Gouda's up. The whole ground is even icier than before because of this cold breath. But
I'm gonna start with a bonus action and drink my own healing potion for 9.
Okay, so you're at 9. Okay.
Am I able to like get past Cerise?
I'd say you'd have to them. So it would be like that to go like that way, or the same for like this way.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid the moonbeam.
Okay, then yeah, so you would go this way, and that would basically be to get to that square, it'd be 40 feet, and since you don't have 40 feet of movement, you have half your movement because it's difficult terrain, you can't get there unless you're dashing.
Sure.
So you could go, basically, if you have 30 feet, you can move 3 squares. Because they're all 10 feet right now. So you can get to there. Or you can action dash and get right into his face. That is your call.
And it's possible to drink a potion as an action and bonus action.
Yeah, I'll let you do it.
All right, so I will drink. If you drink it as an action, do you drink the whole thing?
I let you do it that way and have the full effect of it, but that's just a
All
me
right,
thing.
then let's do that.
Okay. And I think you already used your action surge since your last rest because you fought the guy down there with it, so you don't have that. So, cool. All right, that's your turn then. Cerise, give me that d20, please. 18, success. Gouda, you see Cerise in his big form has fallen, thumpity thump to the ground. The dragon's looking real hurt, and you got some other folks up. You got a handful of berries.
Would I know if it's possible to force feed someone a berry and they actually get the effect, or does it have to be really a potion?
I mean, I say
No,
that you
it's fine.
force
I
feed
don't care.
someone.
Gouda's
Well,
gonna.
here's the thing with him, because you can't technically reach his mouth. You'd basically have
that's-
to juice. You'd have to juice them in there, and I'd say, yeah, you could juice them through the hole in his mask and give
That's
him 10 HP.
exactly
Okay.
what he's
But
thinking.
here's what you need to do. You need to run that 30 feet, make a deck save to see if you fall on top of him first, because I just think that would be funny.
Okay. First thing
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
make it
do
there.
is whoosh, because
Well, that's an action to move.
that's an action.
And it's gonna take you an action to squeeze the berries into his mouth.
Yeah.
Because it's
I'm
an
gonna-
action to force feed someone else. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So you can't do both of those things. You can't move the moonbeam and squeeze the berries into.
Okay.
You gotta pick
It's
one.
up to you other guys. This thing can attack
I'm gonna
so
tell
many
you-
times. I want to get you saved.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I have literally no problems if this character dies, because I'm just gonna remake him again with one of his squires.
I'm gonna try to still get to you.
You can get to him. Roll a deck save to see if you fall on it. Yeah, you fall on his
Plonk.
face. Face first. I'm gonna say you take this much face damage. 4. Whap! As you hit his chest plate. But you can feed him to him. So you take 4 face damage from falling on his face on him.
Okay.
And you can.
I'm just gonna like slap them onto your face grate thing and just smush them through like a cheese grater.
There you go. So you get 10 HP back. You're still prone, but you got 10 HP.
With an elephant on you.
With an elephant on top of you. Old man, he's gonna take a tail attack at you, old man, because he's cowering this corner.
Okay.
23 for 9.
That definitely connects.
Whap! And roll me a con save, a DC 10.
Well, it doesn't matter because I'm gonna drop it anyway, but that's fine.
You get
Doesn't
it.
matter.
Okay.
So he's going to, as a bonus action, cast this bad boy.
Oh snap!
So
You have twice the opportunity to fall on your face.
5 or 10, 20.
Uh-huh.
I fall down. I get back up.
Tub thump it all the way across.
I draw my bow.
Yes.
Oh no,
you
my
do.
bow's already out.
Mhm.
So this first attack is at advantage.
I like it.
Thank you, Zephyr Strike.
Oh.
I got nothing. All right, cool.
All right.
And
Well, it's the incomplete summon Desecrate a White Dragon's turn. He's gonna take a bite at the tiny dragon.
Okay,
A
That'll hit.
disadvantage. So it hits.
still hits.
Cool. All right, and he's then just gonna chase down his prey. He's gonna chase you
Fair.
because you keep shooting at him and keep missing. And he's gonna take 2 claw attacks at you.
Is he within 5 feet?
He's 10 feet away from you. He's 2
Awesome.
squares away. So 7 and a 15.
Both miss.
All right, Viper, it is your turn then, and you can
All
step
right.
into wherever you need to be.
Take a step up. Go there.
Yeah, that's fine. Here, I'll do this so that you can see his face. Wham.
Yeah.
How now?
Attack.
Miss, hit. For 10. This thing is ringing death's doorbell. No one's answered yet. Is that your turn?
That's it.
All right, Cerise, you are prone and your face is covered in smushed berries.
Well, I'm going to stand up
Yes.
and let me see something. Okay. Is this flanking?
Yes.
All right. Nope. But
Wow.
I get a bonus action.
is that
do.
double ones?
That's very unfortunate.
Wow.
Nope.
All right, Gouda. This should be 4 now. Deck save. You're good. All right, Gouda. What you want to do?
Gouda is looking at the dragon.
Who's looking real bad?
He's gonna let out a war cry, which is like, "Rah!" and just charge it.
Okay.
Dex save.
After you take your attack, yeah, it's basically at the end of your
Okay.
turn.
And he
Thanks.
will swing with his Skyblinder staff. Oh,
Okay.
why does it never roll everything?
You have to just roll the shillelagh damage or shillelagh attack.
Oh, okay. So I roll Shillelagh instead.
Yeah.
That hits.
Okay. And then Dex save.
Tell me how you want to bonk this incompletely summoned desecrated dragon.
I just want to like hit it on the wing, like whack, and then that's enough force to detach it or something, and then whatever else
Yeah.
happens.
Absolutely. It's as you slide in, just about to fall, you come down on top of it and break its already not completely formed skull, and you take it down into the endless winter of death. You guys have killed this incompletely summoned desecrated white dragon. And as you watch this thing's head detach and start to roll, it starts to kind of dissolve into this black ichor, which kind of spreads out over the floor beneath your feet. And all of the ice that you're standing on begins to melt. And you start to see a lot of steam as the walls of ice that were kind of maze-like throughout this room, some of them start to melt away. And as you kind of look around, as you get out there, you see that one of the parts that had melted away revealed a additional tunnel with stairs that lead back up to the base camp. There was nothing left down here. This had just become a summoning altar of worship. And you guys make your way eventually back to Tundra Town, where compared to last time, the weather is much less drastic. It's still cold. You are in a northern tundra town, but it's not blizzarding. It's not like gale force winds and hail hitting you in the face anymore. It's appropriate winter weather, and the snow is falling nice and and as you returned, Mayor Mike welcomes you in and congratulates you and thanks you for completing the job and breaking the weather curse on the town. Hands you each a coin purse with 350 gold pieces as promised, and then in turn hands each of you a additional little package. For Cerise, you are handed a very nicely folded woven as in it looks like a wolf cloak. That is a cloak of protection. This one seems to be more magically enhanced than a typical hide. So Cerise, you have a cloak of protection. Old man, she hands you 2 bracers, which are enchanted with they look like little snow runes on them. And she says, "A gift from Santa just for you," and hands you bracers of archery. And kind of chuckles to herself as she hands them to you for being such a good little. For Gouda, she hands you a little, what looks like a box of 4 vials. And inside the vials, as you pop the cork, there's some dust in each of them. And she says, "Sometimes the biggest people need to hide the most." And she hands you, in each of the vials is a dust of disappearance. And then for Viper, she took notice of the armor that you were wearing prior. It says, I found something that I think will, and your current bruise isn't bleeding. So I think this will do you a little bit better. And hands you, at first, just looks to be chainmail that looks very similar to what you're wearing. But as you investigate the rings of the chainmail a little bit more, you see that while not necessarily magically enhanced, they are made with a stronger type of metal. And you have adamantine chainmail.
Nice.
And you guys are welcome to stay here again for the night if you so choose. But eventually, you guys do make your way back to the tavern.
Except for Reese, who
Except
in
for
the
Reese.
middle of the night throws on his wolf cloak and leaves into the mountains as I am effectively scrapping this character.
Fair enough. You make your way into the mountains with a cloak for extra protection. But yeah, you guys all receive your rewards, and if you are leveling or whatever your stuff is, that is complete. So you guys have successfully warmed up the cold world of Tundra Town and broken their curse from, well, the witch summoning the icy cold dragon. But with that, we are done.
That's
So until next time, see you guys then. Bye.